Pleasure the go. Pleasure the go.
is real, brother. This is wrestling.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to WrestlePurists Worldwide, and I'm your host, Ibu, of WrestlePurists, of Wrestling Twitter, of Self-Made. And I'm joined by a full cast today. This is the biggest worldwide lineup in a minute, and we're joined for the first time by Marcus, by my usual co-host, Anna, who's here to talk Double or Nothing, and Rob, who's our special producer today, folks. Monty's off on vacation, as is Joe. So this is your unsupervised episode of Worldwide, where I'm sure nothing controversial will happen, and we'll behave ourselves and have a safe podcast. So I'm excited to talk about pro wrestling with you guys. I'm excited to hang out with the gang and hang out with the guys, talk whatever comes up. Folks, we're going to be focusing on Double or Nothing because Double or Nothing 2025 is in the books. Last night, Phoenix, Arizona. Hangman Page, folks. Hangman Page. Hangman Page. Hangman Page is the winner of the 2025 Owen Hart Memorial Tournament Cup. He will be going on to Dallas to face John Moxley for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. But not just that, folks. Mercedes Moné is also the winner of the women's Owen Hart Memorial Tournament. She will be going on to All In to face Toni Storm, title for title, TBS Championship, AEW Women's Championship. Lots of news, lots to get into, lots of matches, lots of wrestling. It's going to be an exciting podcast. We'll talk Double or Nothing and whatever comes up. It was a stacked weekend of wrestling. Some people would tell you that all of it was great. We shall see. We'll see what the panel thinks, what the panel believes. But I'm excited to talk with you guys. Like the video if you haven't liked the video. Leave comments in the live chat. Stay involved, stay engaged. Like always, you guys drive the conversation. You guys bring the energy. You bring the noise, the passion. But most importantly, if you're not subscribed to WrestlePurist, subscribe to WrestlePurist and send us super chats, folks, because we're going to be hearing your feedback the same way we give you our feedback. We'll be reading yours. We'll be reading your takes, your questions, so on and so forth. I'd love to get into everything with you guys, and I'll tell you what I know about the all-in directions, and maybe even potentially some of the changed all-in directions. That's your little retention hook for the rest of the show. So, guys, lock in with me, tap in with me. Let's get this thing going. I'm gonna turn to Rob first. Producer Rob, how you feeling today, man?
Doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. We finally did it, Iwu. We finally did it. We got, for the first time in a long time, we got some direction. It's the first time since the Swerve feud started. I feel like we got some direction for Hangman Page, Ibu. So I feel like we're on the cusp of greatness, Ibu. I don't want to believe again because I don't want to get hurt, but I feel like we're back, Ibu. I feel like we're one step closer.
You got to understand, Rob, sometimes in life, you got to allow yourself to fall in love again. You know, does that always mean that that life is gonna love you back and you're gonna get what you want out of it? No. Oftentimes you're gonna crash and burn, but that's life. You know what I mean? That's living. That's experiencing what you enjoy to the fullest. And so I'm gonna tell you this, Rob. Even though the AEW fan base has been burned, I think you have to open your heart again. I think you have to believe. I think you got to believe in the cowboy, Rob.
Good, bro. Good, bro.
You got to believe in the cowboy. Marcus, do you believe in the cowboy?
Yes.
Was that an echo effect or is it just your acoustics?
Oh no, this does the echo effect. I put the reverb up all the way for that.
That fucking God effect. How you feeling today, Marcus?
For the first time in a long time after watching the AEW pay-per-view since like August last year, I feel hopeful. It's a brand new day, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I poured up a lot of bourbon after Paige won the match last night. It's been a long time coming, man. 2.5 years of hell, pain, of torture. They said Hangman FC did not deserve nice things. They said that cowboy wasn't going to get back up on that saddle, get back up on the horse and keep riding again. They said we wasn't going to see that championship. They said we wasn't going to go in there in Game 7 and win. You said he was going to keep crying in there when it was time to get down to business. You said that, Ibu. You said that.
I give him no chance.
Fuck you, nigga. It's my turn. It's my turn to talk, motherfucker. This is my microphone, that's all. We up. We going to Dallas. Grab your saddles. Grab your Mustangs. Grab every damn horse you got. Grab your coats. Grab your foals for the little baby K Hanger fans out there. We going to Dallas. We riding. Let's go. Let's go. We up.
Listen, I'd like to be on the horse with you. I like Hangman Page.
Pause.
True. Pause. I made my account. The name was based off of Hangman Page. People don't realize this. I'm backup Hangman, folks. You know,
No, the worst Hangman fan of all time, by the way.
I'm a big
Does
Hangman fan.
not support Hangman in any of his rights or wrongs.
I support all. I
he
support
just-
Adam Page's rights. I support his
That's
wrongs.
simply a lie.
He was
It's the
DMing me
worst.
during
It's the
the match. He was DMing me during the match, but Will has to win. Will is gonna win. And I was like, sure.
Bro,
Just
like
watch.
the see is like, yo, this is what I'm talking
He
about,
just
bro.
be on here lying to y'all,
This is what I'm talking
bro.
about, bro.
Listen,
Like,
He
man.
lying to y'all.
We gonna get into it. We're gonna get into my love of Hangman Page and my Page fandom. But before we do, Anna, my usual co-host, talk to me. How you feeling? What's going on? Where are you at? How you feeling? Talk to me.
Well, John Moxley, counter fucking days.
Right.
That's all I can say right now. I'm Hangman FC. I'm very happy. Mercedes FC. We're
Mhm.
up. You know, I was up until 7 a.m. watching Double or Nothing, and
Mhm.
usually I wouldn't stay up very late watching pay-per-views, right?
Yes.
But the main event, it was
Mhm.
Hangman versus Ospreay. It's not the kind of match that you can just wait to watch the next day. Like, you have to be there. You know, so I'm very excited to get into it. But before, I just want to
Mhm.
apologize because last week, whoever was watching, if you guys saw when we had our guest here, MJF, I did an ill-advised joke that I had no place of making, and yeah, I just want to apologize for that. I didn't really think it through. I just thought it was the right thing to just bring it up, and I'm sorry for that. I will not do anything like that again going forward. So we can move on, hopefully, and I'm sorry to everyone that may have got offended by it, and I shouldn't have said it, basically. So,
Well, Anna, thank you for mentioning that, and I'm happy. Not happy that you made the joke. I'm happy that I'm not the only person that said stupid things on WrestlePurists' YouTube channel now. So, welcome to the crew. And with that, we move on.
No.
What? No. What?
Still
What'd you
Rob
say?
on the bus for no reason.
You still done a lot worse. You still done a lot worse.
You see your Triple H's tweets?
Who has the cleanest slate out of everybody in WrestlePurists? Like, who has the cleanest rap
Me.
sheet? No, that's not
Me.
true. That's
Definitely
not
not
true.
you.
Joe, maybe?
Probably Joe.
Also, because Joe, I feel like he could say anything and everyone would be like, haha, that's just Joe, you know?
But he
Talking about
makes
off air,
it
then
massive.
not me. But if we're talking about on air, then hey,
I don't know, Rob. I don't know. I feel like if I go back, you know what I mean.
My hands are pretty damn clean. I don't know.
I don't know, Marcus. You know, now I'm gonna start compiling files on you niggas. I'm gonna start going back. So we
Damn,
shall
J.
see.
Edgar Ibu?
Let me see what the chat is saying.
Charlie.
Kale said Charlie.
That's definitely not true.
They saying Chuck. They saying Joe.
Chuck? The same Chuck that was talking about Connor Mills and Brian Danielson? The same Chuck that be talking about York Hall up here?
Oh man.
That Chuck?
Oh man. SJ on the chat said Marcus Babyface Ibu heel. That's just not true. That's not true.
Talk.
Nevertheless, folks, we're gonna get into Double or Nothing, and I'm excited. I'll just rip the Band-Aid off. I thought this was the best AEW pay-per-view in a year and some change. I haven't seen an AEW show top to bottom this good since Revolution last year, where Sting made his retirement. So I'm excited to get in all the matches. I rewatched a lot of it today because, frankly, folks, I was distracted by the Knicks game yesterday. Those of you in the Self-Made Discord would know that halfway through the show, this is a true story. I told the fans that I would not be doing Worldwide. I was very, very broken and depressed and sad and very emo. And AO was like, "Nigga, like, snap out of it, be a man. What are you doing?" You know, because I was in there just like sounding like a zombie. You know, I sounded like I was on Xanax or something. But
this nigga hit me. Let me tell you, this nigga hit me during the show and say, "Yo, you want to do Worldwide?" And I thought he was like being like, "Yo, you want to do Worldwide for me?" And I was like, "Nigga, what?" I was about to be like, "Bro, you grown, bro. Get up and get up and do the podcast, bro. Come on."
Bro, I was
Niggas
molting.
lose every day.
You know what's funny? I sent Monty the DM. I said, "Yo, I'm calling out a Worldwide chief, right?" And I'm thinking that's why he asked Rob if he could produce it. He hits me back up, and he's basically like, whoosh, what you mean? You're taking the show off your bloody. You're doing all right. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Nigga.
Yo, he started cracking the whip. I was like, wait, what?
Nigga.
You know what?
What's your name?
I'm gonna expose Monty. I'm gonna read this DM out loud because it was crazy. This DM, I was like, bro, I'm barely watching this pay-per-view, bro. Like, what do you even mean? I can't review this shit. And then,
Nigga, bro.
hold on.
Listen.
Here
Go
it is,
ahead.
here it is. He was like, even if the Knicks get bent over and you watch 0 minutes of the show, the entire audience would still want you on the show. Plus, you booked the show. It's not a review. I'm gonna wait until Wednesday. That's why I asked Rob about doing the StreamYard on the court earlier. I didn't see your message. I'm like, damn, bro. Okay, I'll do the show. Fuck, God damn. He started yelling
Get
at
your
me.
ass up off the couch and do that damn show, boy.
I'm
Got some
telling you.
energy on.
Listen. As a nigga, listen. Every single one of my sport teams are losing sport teams, bro. They lose every year. Whether they make it to the playoffs and lose, bro, it's okay, bro. You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
I was in like preschool the last time the Knicks were in the conference finals, son. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all should have heard this nigga in the Discord last night.
I was
this
in
nigga was he was losing his mind, bro.
Yo.
He was like, no, fuck.
Yo, I'm right now, watching sports with Eagles is a bottom 3 worst experience ever, especially when this team is invested in.
Yo, AO kicks me out. Like they're watching Double or Nothing. All you hear is me going, "Oh my god." He was like, "Shut the fuck up, bro."
He's like, "Oh my god, bro, please, no." Fuck.
He just kicks me. I just takes my microphone. Anyways, the Knicks did win, and I am here, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be surrounded by the friends, and we're gonna talk some wrestling. But before we do, let's get into your super chats, folks. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to hear your guys' questions, your takes on the weekend, and anything that comes up. So, Rob, take it away. Anna, you're on super chat reading duty. Or you know what? Anna and Marcus, you'll alternate. That's what I'm feeling today. So Anna, take the first one and we'll go from there. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay. Alex H, 2 pounds. Thank you. Double or Nothing was my first pay-per-view. Impressed. Feel elevated. That's a really good pay-per-view to start with.
I gotta say, it's been very delicious to see. A lot of increasingly disillusioned WWE fans are looking up like, maybe I should give AEW a shot. What the hell? Let me put it on. And they're like, oh my God, this is incredible. And it's just interesting. It's just very fascinating. And I'm not one of these, the tide is turning people, but it's just very interesting to see the trajectory of some of these sentiments. And taking all tribalism aside, I think it's cool to see people being more open-minded about giving other things a chance. Because in my opinion, when wrestling isn't making you happy, instead of just putting a blanket all over the whole thing and saying wrestling is bad, maybe sometimes you just need to look at other kinds of wrestling, because oftentimes what happens is you end up being impressed by the other things that you give a chance to. So that was pretty cool to see.
All right.
Darren Walker, 5 pounds. Need Jesse Ventura on Raw every week with Pat and Michael Cole. He walk away with the WrestlePurists Announcer of the Year award. Yeah, I don't know about that one, brother.
Yo, Marcus, did you see what Jesse Ventura did?
Yo, he was wild after he saw that cage match. He's like, what the hell is this? The fuck kind of ending is this?
And I'm gonna explain this to you. They got Jesse Ventura on there. He's like 79, right? He does not watch the WWE Product Weekly. And they're doing Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre in a steel cage. And the finish is Damian Priest does a concerto to Drew McIntyre's skull. And then he walks out the cage and wins. And Jesse's like, what the hell is this? He doesn't pin him. He just walks out of the cage. That's BS. This is garbage. And Cole is just like trying to brush past it. He's like, anyway, Damian Priest win. He's like, no. That finish was terrible, Cole. What was that? You can just walk out of a cage? And he's like, yes, you can. That's always been the rules. He's like, you're supposed to go off the top of the cage. And he's like, no, you can just walk out, Jesse. And he's like, it's never been. This is awful. He's not a man. And he's just ranting about this thing. And at the end of it, Cole's just kind of like, well, you're entitled to your opinion, Jesse. And he's just like, he just was like, yo, this is awful. Like, he just kept going. So
that's amazing.
Listen, man, they got what they paid for. I don't know what they expected, bro. Like, you take a former wrestler who's like 80 years old who doesn't watch WWE, and you're like, hey, you want to commentate this Drew Damian Priest steel cage match? So yeah, he was just like, fuck this sucks. So shout out to Jesse.
He's never been called back. Yeah.
I said that so many times before, and yet there he is every Saturday night main event.
he did that one of the specials too, bro. It was Kevin and Cody, I think. And I forgot what happened, but like the finish there, he was like, that was stupid. And I was like, damn. I'm gonna be honest, folks. People get mad at this, and they used to get mad at Jim Ross too. Cranky commentators that like hate what they're watching are funny. They're just funny. It is what it is. What we got here? Go ahead, Anna.
2FK 199. Osprey for Wembley 26 means a wasted year in mid card.
Aw, he's British. Cry. Eat them beans and toast like a man, William. Eat that spider dick like a man, William. Eat up, eat up, eat up. Oi, bro. Put your crime fighting pants on and go wrestle Jay White.
Oh no. I will say this. I do think we're a year away from an Osprey title win, which that's tough. It's very tough. If there's anyone I could trust to stay over without having a world title is Will Ospreay because of just how good he is. But it is a tough one. That's a very tough one, and we'll see what he ends up doing.
It's cowboy hours. We'll figure it out later.
Yo, Marcus is talking so tough. Like when it comes to Bulldog choke, what is he gonna do on air? You know what I mean? Like what? Like
yeah, that's why. Like
city where things happen to people. Tony Khan, members of AEW roster, I love y'all to death. Y'all saved my life during the pandemic because I was going to them shows every week. I swear to God, if it was a Bulldog choke, you don't want to know.
I'm just saying.
First of all, I'm gonna get at you first.
Why? I don't book the damn show.
Well, you put it in the air.
No,
so I'm gonna take it out.
You should get him first, actually.
Bro, I don't book
bro.
You should get him first, actually.
I'm getting him first.
I don't get mad at Death Riders anymore. I can't lie. Like it is what it is.
Bro, that's why like I wanted to be last night more excited than I was about him winning, but it was just like, man, like I'm so like worried about niggas going just to meet a fucking Bulldog choke. Like I'm tired.
You know
of
what,
this shit.
Rob? I'm gonna ask everyone right now on the spot. Gut feeling. Rob is Hangman beating Mox?
Yeah, nigga, fuck it. Yeah.
Anna, is Hangman beating Mox?
He has to, or Tony Khan is not seeing the morning of the next day.
Is he beating him?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Marcus, is Hangman beating Mox?
It come a buckshot.
All right, guys. Listen, I love your guys' your enthusiasm and your passion and your belief and your naivety. I respect it. I understand it. I'm happy for you guys. I guess we shall see. Again, I'll tell you guys later today or on this pod what I know about All In. Next super chat.
All right.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Not reading that name. $2 super chat. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Kalani and Soul might just be wrestling soulmates.
Rob, did you watch Kalani Jordan and Sol Ruca?
Yes, I did. I watched it earlier today.
What did you think?
Thought it was good. I thought it was good, bro. I really like their dynamic. The way they try to have matches. Is the way they try to do the whole RVD Lynn thing of like the kind of choreographed opening
counter
sequences. Stuff. Yeah, counter stuff. Do they try to kind of overdo that? Yeah, but all in all, I thought it was good. So.
All right. People have been asking me since last night what I thought of this match, and I thought Twitter just wasn't really the place to get into it because people were like, "Hey man, did you see Kalani Soul? Hey man, what did you think of Kalani Soul?" And people were asking me my opinions, and there were people that thought the match was incredible. There were some people that thought it was the best women's match of the night last night. Then there were the other people who were, talking about like how contrived like the Soul Snatcher is as a finish, especially off the top rope, the way they did last night. I felt that Twitter wasn't the place for me to get into it because it's not a place for nuance, and I have an extended thing on this. So this is probably going to be my only real long-winded take on NXT. I didn't really like the match, chat. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I love Sol Ruca. I really I'm a fan of Sol Ruca. I root for Kalani Jordan to someday become a really good wrestler. I didn't think it was very good. So the match got over, and they did some really cool stuff. I thought it was a step back from their first match. Their first match to me at Heatwave was like, it's like watching, and I compare this, and people thought invoking these names was insane. it was like watching like Sean Waltman and Jerry Lynn on the Independents, just these two innovators doing all kinds of cool stuff. And you're watching it like, man, this is like transcendent. And someday these people are going to be great. And I watched that Sol Ruka Kalani match last year, and I thought, my God, in like a year, they're going to run this back, and it's going to be crisper, tighter, faster. And then the stuff in between is going to be even better. I think Kalani Jordan has regressed as a wrestler, to be honest with you. I think she's regressed. And I think that the stuff in between the moves is borderline non-existent. And I think the actual athletic moves themselves have regressed in execution. And I'm watching the match last night, and it was just way too mechanical for my tastes. Like I just thought that like if you're gonna do that type of stuff, you want to execute it like as well as possible. And look, they're not Will Ospreay, right? They're not like Pac at his prime, for example. But if you're gonna swing a move and someone's gonna duck the move, swing it with intent. So I buy that you were actually trying to connect. Like you guys know that thing in wrestling sometimes where like someone will try a leg sweep or a lariat, and because they know someone's ducking it, they don't actually swing it with the full intensity. Like it looked like that, where like I want to say Soul or Kalani, one of them does a leg sweep, and it was not even done with any intention of like trying to actually catch the other girl. It's just done knowing like, okay, now's when you jump over it, and then you do your thing that I duck under. And it was way too mechanical in that way, where I could, with wrestling, I'm not supposed to see the wires of the animatronic. You know what I mean? It's supposed to create an illusion where I don't see that. You know, I'm seeing the wires. I'm seeing the fingers coming from the top of the screen from the the puppeteer, so to speak.
Like
If that makes any
Dolomite
sense.
swinging a microphone, bro. It's like
Right, a microphone's coming into like the screen, and the wires are kind of like popping out of my face, and I'm seeing the fingers, and I'm like, you're like, it's way too noticeable, and that's the kind of thing that wanes over time. The better you get at what you do. And I'm sure if these ladies wrestled each other every night for a year straight, after a year, it would look incredible. You know what I mean? The same way when you look at fucking Super Crazy and Tajiri wrestling in 2000, it's like it's seamless, right? But it didn't work for me. I thought it was just way too mechanical. I thought there just wasn't a lot in between the stuff. The physicality was just lacking. And then there's a part of the match where they try to get physical, and they do like a strike exchange that turns into forearms and then super kicks. And I just didn't see a lot there instinctually from how they were selling the stuff and how they were registering it and countering. The whole time, I just never felt like I was watching a wrestling match. And I know this is like a lot of the criticism of the first one, but I thought that there was enough there to make up for it. Like I thought the actual athletic stuff was just done well enough that like it can cover for some of that kind of shit. And it was just really fun to see these two ladies just go for it and do some really cool shit. Here, I thought it was just way too mechanical, way too obvious. And yeah, man, I didn't love this. I was actually really disappointed on it, to be honest with you, because to me, what this match illustrated was that Kalani Jordan is not only not there yet, she was actually like regressed a bit from the last time. So Ruka, I think working other people, this is less of an issue. A lot of conversation about the Soul Snatcher at the end. I like the Soul Snatcher as a finish, but the thing is, if you shoot her off, Irish whip to the corner, and then she runs up the turnbuckles and does it as an out of nowhere finish, it works. But her like throwing a girl off, going to the top, looking back, waiting, timing it, 1, 2, 3, then let me do this move, and then Kalani jumping into it to catch a cutter doesn't work for me. This is supposed to be wrestling. It's supposed to be like a contest, you know. I'm supposed to get you to move. It's not supposed to be like them counting together and timing a thing, you know, especially when it's that obvious again. So I love both ladies, and I hope that they continue to progress. I didn't love that. I was very disappointed by the match, to be honest with you. So there you go. That was my thoughts on Kalani and Soul, and I hope people don't burn me alive for the take. But that was my opinion.
Oh, they will.
Well, that's why I wanted to just do it on air and not on Twitter. I didn't love it.
I mean, ain't nowhere safe for you these days anyway, bro.
Yeah, big man dogs got it perfectly. The first one had more urgency, like they were trying their best. That's what I'm saying. Like there wasn't, again, I'm not saying sprint through the spots because they're gonna blow spots and botch shit, but like the fucking dance 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, I can't get into that. And people will invoke the names of people like Will Ospreay and Ricochet. You don't see the wires, bro. You don't see the wires of the fingers because it's seamless. They know how to make it feel like it's competitive when they do that type of shit. But there you go.
Hey. KM Raider 499. Thank you. Got my 13-year-old fat only brother watching Dynamite the last few weeks, and after last night, he is #all elite. Awesome show. Comes with a buckshot at All In. God, please. Please.
As the president of All Elite Wrestling, the local Jacksonville
So
division,
sure.
welcome aboard, Jit. We need more young soldiers like you. Don't let Evil over here discourage you from following your dreams and being a Dove soldier like he did my brother that one time. But that's okay. He's forgiven for now. After a strongly worded letter that was read on here live, and he fell in line.
Shout out to Cam Raider and shout out to the Hanger Hive, to which I am a part of. And
No, you're not.
I am absolutely a part of the Hanger Hive. I'm one of the
You simply are not.
Liar.
I'm one of the. I love Hangman Page. I appreciate him, and
Yeah,
I'm
Pull
really.
out the DM right now.
I'm rooting for him.
Stay on that side, Ibu. Stay on that side.
On what
You saw the
side?
tweet.
No,
You
you
was calling
fucking
Hangman.
don't.
You
No,
said
you
Hangman was a
don't. No, you
bitch.
don't. No, you don't.
I've never called Hangman Page a bitch.
You said Hangman wasn't gonna blow his gun.
I did say that. I thought he was gonna cry at last night's show. I thought there was gonna be a situation where he's gonna.
Can
like,
you see
want-
this? Can you see this?
What
Need
is it?
will to win. Not gonna lie. See by who?
Evil dossier.
Look at that. You look at this. Look at this. Yo,
Proof.
you're worse than
Rest in
politics.
peace.
I like
Yo,
Will, bro. What you want me, bro?
Ibu, I'm telling you right now, bro. Niggas keep
Yo,
telling
I
Stephen A.
can't root for
Niggas keep telling Stephen A. to run, but I swear to God, bro, you need to run for president, bro, because
Right.
you just like the way you lie.
Hey,
It's just like
Right.
it's so like
yo, hold on. The reason I rooted for Will was because I trust him. I trust him to get it
And
done.
he
at
violated your trust last night after the guy's head took off.
y'all see what he said. You trust Will, but you don't trust Hangman, and
It's just because
Hangman is like, see this.
when I know that there's something emotionally straining one person, I have to factor in that it could come to play. That's all it is.
Yeah, okay, bro.
Backup Osprey. Change your name, Ibu.
Not gonna lie,
It's
we
over.
say Texas
Backup
was all
Osprey,
time
bro.
after this.
Back change your shit to backup Osprey.
I'm
nigga.
sorry. I
Backup Osprey.
already got into it, but like, bro, I just opened Twitter and the first thing I see is people doing the thing of like, oh my god, you like Osprey but you'll hate Soul, and it's like they're not the fucking same.
It's not the same
Not the
thing.
fucking-
It's not the same thing, bro. It's not the same thing at all, bro.
Comparing Osprey to Soruk.
Oh my god, but what is wrong with people? Do people
No
lose, like,
disrespect
sense?
to her, but like, come on.
It's not about what they do, it's how they do it. Oh my god, it's not the style. Holy shit. Is Blake
go
Christian the same
ahead,
as
go
Will
ahead.
Ospreay? We all call Blake Christian awful for like years. What
Talk,
the hell?
nigga,
He
talk,
does
nigga, talk.
handsprings and backflips and cutters. That doesn't make him Will.
Pretty
It's not
bad
about
at
the
it,
fucking
too.
stuff.
That's like
Logan
comparing
Paul.
country rap to
Damn,
Memphis Bleak.
Fusion.
Don't do it.
It's not the same shit at all, bro. It's really not. It's really not the same
The
shit at all.
intensity is different. The way.
What are you niggas watching? God damn.
It's like the people who say that Logan Paul has a better buckshot.
Yes,
Like, that
what
makes
are
me
you
wanna
talking
Like,
about?
no, bro. Like, stop.
Are these
You never
people
watched
stupid or are they
wrestling before in your
obtuse? Holy shit. I swear to God, I'm a punch it. Oh my God. Go to the next super chat.
Punch a nigga in the face, big bro.
Yo, wallahi, I was about to punch my door. I swear to God, I was about to swing at my door.
Yeah, show that anger.
But,
Run down somebody, big bro.
I'm about to instigate him into punching his door.
Yo, nah, Rob would rage bait me.
Watch this. Yo, that door talking shit. I don't know if you heard.
You know what's the
Go ahead
funniest
and
thing?
HCW show and see how tough you are, bro. Go ahead and do
I'll
that.
never stop it. I'll never forget. Tyler, the Creator, had a freestyle in 2013 on Sway in the Morning, and for whatever reason, he was just so mad in the freestyle. And at the end, he kept going like, "And I'm gonna punch niggas in the fucking face." And then Sway was like, "Yo, punch the camera, dog. Just if that's how you feel, but just punch the camera." And Tyler's just like looking mad angry. I always send that to Joe whenever he rants at me. Just a video of Sway going, "Just punch the camera, dog. Just go ahead." All right, what's the next super chat?
All right, the next super chat.
It's for you, Marcus.
What that say? Not Josh Toffee, $9.99. Cool Sunday of wrestling. Trick being TNA champ is going to help him improve a lot, and I hope Hangman winning the Owen is going to lead to a pivot on the Mox storyline in our Mania 39 situation.
What's it say? Cool Sunday, Trick being TNA, and I hope Hangman. Go
I
ahead.
have questions about that, right? Because like I'm not tapped in to TNA or NXT all that much.
Mhm.
What does like yeah, why would I be? But, like a Trick he beat Joe Hendry for the TNA title, right? Like what does that mean? Like what
So,
is he
You know what it really is,
the
Anna?
fuck?
Trick Williams has done everything there is to do in NXT, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we would all agree, wrestling wise, he's not a main roster level wrestler if you want to actually push him.
Yeah.
So they looked around and they said, what can we do with Trick Williams that can help him? And it will be a better, more productive use of his time. Because the other problem, man, is he's not getting better working the men's division of NXT. He's not getting better working Eddie Thorpe and Ethan Page. You know, so what they decided was, okay, we'll utilize the partnership. We'll send him to TNA. He'll work their veterans, and he will hopefully use this as a big learning opportunity. And so that's what they're doing. So he's going to TNA. He's going to be their champion. He's going to hold the belt for a month and a half. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I was told
in
month and a half
TNA?
shit he needed. Oh, I forgot. Never mind.
Mike Santana.
Okay, who else? Like, who in TNA do you think could actually make him become like main roster already? Let's be realistic here.
Here's the thing. TNA has a bunch of people, Anna, that like I would never push on national TV, but they're like super pros that know what they're doing. Frankie Kazarian, Eddie Edwards, you know, people like that. Eric Young, like guys like that, total pros that know what they're doing, know how to work. You would never assign them to like a high six-figure deal on modern 2025 national TV. But like they're total pros that know what they're doing, and they've been wrestling for 20, 25 years. You know, so Trick Williams, I tweeted this the other day. I'm like, look, he can approach this one of two ways. He can look at this as a demotion and frown and like roll his eyes and walk in there and act like he's above it. But if he does that and doesn't improve, and he's going to get called up, he's going to end up in a tag team because they can't push him higher than that. And he's going to get cut in 2 years. That's what'll happen. And his career will be over. Or he can walk in there, be humble, shake hands, listen to everybody, take it all in, listen to Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards and Kazarian and whoever else is there, right? Yep. And take it all in and learn and work at his craft and come to TV early and get in the ring with people and all that stuff, right? And he'll be all the better for it, because if Trick puts it together in the ring, that's the last part of the mission. He has the look, he has the size, he has the charisma. People already like him. He'll be able to be a main eventer on the main roster. The problem is his in-ring is substandard, and I know people like to do the Jey Uso comparison or the LA Knight comparison. It's not the same thing. Those guys they know how to wrestle. They're just not like super exciting wrestlers. Trick, I'm not gonna say he doesn't know how to wrestle, but like similar to what I was saying with the opener of the Battleground show, you do see the wires sometimes. You see him thinking out there. And in wrestling, you can't think. You have to just do. You have to just know how to do. And could I trust Trick Williams to call a 15-minute match on the fly if something happened? Absolutely, positively not. Last week on Raw, in the middle of a triple threat match, Zoe Stark blew her knee out. And now Kyrie and Rhea Ripley had to figure out how to just do a completely different match on the fly with 9 minutes of TV time remaining. And they just did it because they're pros. Rhea said, cool, let's do fucking forearms. You know what I mean? So could Trick do that? No, he would look deer in the headlights. He's like, what the fuck is going on? What do I do now? You know, so we'll see how it goes for Trick.
Yeah, I hope the best for him, because like you said, I do think he has the complete package except the rescue, which is the most important part. So I do root for him and I do hope for the best. But my fear is just, they announce his first title defense and it's against like Moose or something, or he barely defends the title at all and then loses. And it's just like a rematch with Joe Hendry and he immediately loses. Like, so I don't. If they play right, sure, it can help him, but will they? That's the question.
Moose has it in his deal that he has to make it a
King of the North should learn how to be a main roster job guy from Kurt Hawkins. I don't know if he's joking or not, but that's very you're off the mark there. But Brian Myers is very respected in the industry, bro. You talk to any wrestler, bro. Cool. You talk to any wrestler, and they'll tell you that like Brian Myers knows his shit, knows about the business, and has helped so many people. And in wrestling, it's not about like, when it comes to training and learning from people, it's not always just about what they achieved in the business. Like, again, yes, Brian Myers was a WWE jobber, but like, if Trick walks in there and goes like, who the fuck is this nigga to me? Like, you never had my motion. Like, if he looks at it that way, he's not going to succeed. He just isn't. Yeah. You know, Brian Myers, like I said, mad respected by his peers. I talk to people in the business like, yo, no, Brian knows his shit, bro. Brian's helped a lot of people, man. So like, you can't look at it as, oh, that's her Kurt Hawkins. Like, no, nigga, who are you? Who are you, bro?
And some of the people you watch on AEW TV, bro, have been trained by like complete shitters. Bro, Darby Allin was trained by
some of the greatest coaches in basketball were fucking like bums in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, dead ass.
So you know, that's what I'm saying. Brian's real respected. But there you go. And Chris, if I'm not mistaken, Statlander was trained by Brian Myers, bro. Like, put respect on his name.
People are saying that he's MJF.
Anna, he trained mad people. He's mad respect. He's one of the most underspoken about people in the industry when it comes to like having influence and like really affecting things. I'm telling you, Anna, it's crazy. I'll talk to people in AEW and at the blue, like we'll just talk about people behind the scenes because a lot of what comes up a lot in conversations with wrestlers is who is actually useful backstage. We talk about this a lot, right? And randomly people be like, yo, man, he's not in our company, but Brian Myers is awesome. Like he's so smart. He knows this and that. And I'm like, really? Like, yeah. He helped train my friend and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, man. Shout out to Brian Myers, I guess.
Oh yeah. Speckles 499. I'm interested to see if they pivot to protect Will from the loss or if it's to have Hangman actually win. It's got to be one of the two.
I'm gonna just say it right now.
Yeah, sorry. I was just gonna say, like, I don't think that they would do all this just to like protect Ospreay from losing. He's the big. He's like he's always losing, right? Like I love the man, but he's like.
All right, I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna come out with it.
Yeah.
I was absolutely, concretely, and firmly of the belief that Hangman Page was tagging with Swerve Strickland in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I was vehemently of this belief, and I have reasonable evidence at this point, especially with the feedback that I got. I have reasonable evidence at this point to believe that at some point in this process, Tony decided, no, I'm actually going to have Hangman Page go to Dallas and fight John. Why did Tony make that decision? That's not for me to say because I don't hear from Tony.
You don't know.
So what I'm saying is I'm not saying Tony, quote, pivoted because I don't know. I don't know what they're going to end up doing now with the Death Riders. Because like I said, I was very, very, very concrete on Hangman was going to tag with Swerve. Will was going to fight Mox in Dallas. And whether it's for the title or not, Darby was going to get his hand on the Death Riders after that. And now we're not going in that direction. And I do think it actually creates a trickle-down effect on the all-in card. How dramatically so? It depends. Who the fuck knows, guys? For all we know, and this probably didn't happen because I think he's staying in WWE. For all we know, AJ Styles hit Tony was like, "Hey, boss man, I'm in." And then Tony was like, "Oh," he took the double nothing card and tore it in half. I don't think that happened, but just an example. So very interesting, and this is going to be very interesting to monitor. And I'm curious how Tony plays this now because, like I said, it wasn't for no reason that they did the Nana conversation with Hangman Page. It was not for no reason, So we see what they end up doing now.
All right.
Tony, please.
Marcus, it's you.
Yeah, go ahead, Marcus.
I got you. Ish 999. For me, up to this point, there were only two wrestlers that make me genuinely feel something. Not a lot of wrestlers do nowadays, and they're Hangman Adam Page and Sami Zayn. Brother, when Bryce Remsburg's hand hit 3, when Hangman hit it with that buckshot, nigga, I almost threw my fucking microphone on stream. Like I caused an earthquake in my room. If y'all saw the LNG Gold stream, shout out LNG Gold, shout out Joe Hobart, shout out my boy Novi. We was going crazy, boy. I was in disbelief that they actually.
That was a nice moment. You know what, Rob? I'm gonna link you with Rob. I want you to play it on the stream because that was a cool ass video I saw yesterday. See where I can find it. Wasn't it Novi that tweeted it, Marcus?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna find that shit. Novi.
No, but I feel you, Marcus. Like I said, I was watching this pay-per-view, right? I'm in Europe. It was 7 a.m. I had worked the day before a 10-hour shift. I am watching this, and I'm only up because I want to see Hangman and Ospreay. But after the entire pay-per-view, I'm almost falling asleep, right? Like I'm fighting for my life, and then I think Ospreay he hits Hangman with the hidden blade, and I'm like, well, it's over. Hangman kicks out. I physically jump out of my bed, and I'm up immediately, like locked in. And there's still like 20 minutes after of the match. Just the feeling that Hangman invokes in people, he's like a real just like a real wrestler, you know? It's like the breed of wrestlers that we know that we barely see anymore. And when we do, it's just special. It's just something else. Like it's very, yeah, I don't even know how to explain. Like Heyman, he just has that effect.
Like he's one of those people
Ye-
he's the best physical storyteller in the business today. Like
Yeah,
with
he's
those
one of the
guys,
best in the world, and I don't know why he's not talked about in that sense as much. I don't see people mentioning Heyman in best in the world conversations, and he has been there for years now. Like,
exactly.
I
And
am.
everything afterwards, I was like, oh my god, he really feeling himself right now. Like I can't believe this. He just like me. Oh my goodness.
I want to add a note because I feel like it's worth pointing out. Like I said, I know what I was very much in the belief of for All In, at least as of a month ago, right? But I remember when I inquired about a little over a week ago, about the result of this Owen final. I asked, and it was stated to me that, quote, Osprey did not know the finish yet to the Double or Nothing match, and I said, bullshit. I don't believe that. That's bullshit. You're gonna tell me that going in a week before the pay-per-view, he doesn't know who's winning? And I was told, unless he's lying to people, unless he's kayfabing the boys, he does not know yet. Tony has not told him. And I was just like, there's just no way. So you could take that with whatever grain of salt you like, because I'm not even totally sure about that. But Will was at least telling people. He was at least telling people, like, yo, I don't know, bro. I don't know who the fuck's winning. So, again, is Tony cooking up something psychotic? I don't know.
Yo, Tony, please. Please, boss man, please.
Wash is saying, so why do you say Osprey is winning? Brother, pay attention. Listen to what I'm saying. Will is claiming something to the boys. That's different than what I had heard from people within the company. Those two different things. You know what I'm saying? So there you go.
All right, let me get this video. Hey, we're gonna do this next super chat. I'm gonna get this video up. Give me 1 second. But go ahead.
okay, Harley Quinn 93, $5. Thank you. Okada and Mega fanboys are gonna have to cry. They have faced many times and been in main events. 1 out of 2. Does he have
Man.
another super chat?
That match changed my way of looking at professional wrestling. It come with Buckshot Larry in that main event. It is what it is.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna
like
see if there's a part 2 of this.
the main event has to be Hangman. And look, I am Harley Quinn. I was literally gonna get into this right now. $10. Mercedes Tony is a more unique matchup, has younger talent, appeals to a different set of people, and requires zero lore knowledge to sell people on. It's our time. Step aside. You will live. Look, I completely understand. I completely get the people who are pushing for a Mercedes Tony main event. It's like way overdue, the fact that women should be in the main event of an AEW pay-per-view. It's unbelievable that they still haven't been. But after the entire Hangman story, it's not something that if they decide to go with main event Hangman and Mox, which I think they will, like even if people don't know the whole lore of Mox, a lot of people who don't follow the product, they still know him, you know. So it just makes sense. It's not something that I think it's worth being upset about. Like Hangman absolutely deserves it. It's been a 2-year storyline. He's the main character of the company. He's the cowboy. It's gonna be in Texas. If they main event over Mercedes and Tony, which I think is gonna be the case, it's not something that I'm gonna be super upset about. Women should be the main event in an AEW show very soon. They cannot finish the year without this happening. But for this situation, like, I get it, you know?
Yeah, like I understand the sentiment. And look, crew, I love y'all. I rock with y'all all the way. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to smoke with you. I don't want to get up with you. But man, if Hangman Page, after the shit we've been through for the last 2.5, damn near 3 years with him, if he's the one that beats the Death Riders, if he's the one that takes that belt out that damn briefcase, which by the way, we ain't seen that belt since October. It's been some months, cuz. It's been some months. If he the one to take it out, that's going to the main event. It is what it is. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you, man.
Y'all are bringing the South out of Marcus, son.
Like the one thing that I have to say, if the plan is for Hangman to lose, then absolutely put Mercedes and Tony in the main event. If the plan is for Hangman to win, then that should be the main event.
Yeah, I understand that. For me, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a super strong feeling on this. I think, if, like you said, Paige winning should close the show. If Paige wins the world title, that ends a stadium show. If that's not the result, you could go with the Okada match if you want. You could go with the ladies. I don't feel super duper strong about it. But yeah, I'm on the timeline and like EOFC is like crashing out. What a fascinating fan base this is. What are they mad about? What's going on here?
They mad about everything, bro. They was mad at you for saying, "Yo, she's gonna be fine," and then she was inevitably fine for Mania.
Yeah. Okay, they think that she's just waiting. They think she's on standby until it's time to face Rhea Ripley at Evolution. You guys are gonna be okay. Anyways, Rob, go ahead and play that video.
Oh, give me one. It's I'm downloading it so I can play it on the thing because
Jesus Christ,
for whatever
like
reason on Firefox, no, because for whatever reason on Firefox, they don't let you screen share the other windows for whatever reason. So when you're on StreamYard, so
got you. All right, then go ahead, Marcus. Read the super chat while Rob's doing that.
I have trouble. Go Birds XTL $4.99. So Mox was okay pivoting to Hangman, but not Swerve. # interesting. Look, bro. Look, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to have a good time. I'm not trying to remember the character assassination of that was Dynasty. It's a new day. It's a new pay-per-view cycle.
Absolutely.
A new heroes finally emerge, and it's my cowboy. I love you, Swerve. You did your thing. Shout out to her to fit in Anarchy in the arena. Hey, bro. Somebody had to sacrifice.
Absolutely. I want to make a quick note. We got a great house in here. We got 614 people watching live on this podcast. Thank you for joining us for WrestlePurists Worldwide. But I have a problem with y'all. You got 614 people watching this show. People sending us super chats. People showing us love. People talking wrestling. And there's 19 likes on this video, Anna. 19. How am I supposed to support my kids with 19 likes? How am I supposed to do it? You know what I mean? They can't live off fucking government cheese. So listen, folks, please do me a favor. If you're watching this video, like this video right now. Drop a like. Let's get this to 250 at least. At least I'm giving y'all scoops. I'm giving you guys entertainment. I'm providing the squad. I could have skipped this podcast. I wanted to before Monty cracked the whip. Now we're up to 628 live viewers. Like the motherfucking video. Please, like the video.
Oh, like it up, bro. I'm trying to set my little brother college off this. What y'all doing?
Exactly. Holy shit. The babies are crying. Go ahead, Anna.
He's Similac.
Is Zach Godino 199? Just a reminder, WWE fired Samoa Joe twice.
Yeah, absolutely psychotic.
Twice.
Vince McMahon's hatred of Samoa Joe was preposterous. Just absolutely preposterous.
Insane.
Hunter brought him back after the first one and said, hey, look, he made him the NXT champion. And then, quote unquote, Joe had to relinquish it and Hunter had a heart attack. We know what that was all about. And then Hunter made him a trainer, and then Vince fired him again anyway. Like he just hated this man. It was weird. It's like he was jealous that he was the better Samoan named Joe in his company. So I don't know. I don't know what was that about. But
they put that man through hell. Like they made him commentate WrestleMania during a fucking thunderstorm or whatever. There was like a tornado, and then just to fire him, like
in the middle of Tampa looking crazy.
Made him look crazy. And Joe was such a chill dude that he was kind of just like, whatever. But, like, he deserves better. Look, I'm telling you, Samoa Joe, he is one of the greatest wrestlers to have been poorly booked for the majority of his career. This guy spent the majority of his career being booked by Vince Russo and Vince McMahon. Vince Russo and Vince McMahon. Holy shit. The fact that he's had a Hall of Fame career in spite of that, I mean, my God. This is the best Joe has been used outside of that 1 year in NXT. This is the best that Samoa Joe has been used since like 2006. Nigga, that was 19 years ago. Holy fuck.
Bro, they drew a cock on his face, bro.
They put a tribal cock on his face in TNA. And he was fighting. He got abducted by ninjas.
He got abducted drew a Samoan Peter on his face, bro.
Bro, he literally had a Samoan penis on his face. And he got abducted by ninjas to end a TV episode. This is what he had to deal with in his career.
And still he rises.
In 2025,
he's still the coolest motherfucker on the planet.
Kale is saying, huh? This is the truth. Listen, kids, I'm not lying to y'all. Anybody in this chat over 25 could attest to this. This man got abducted by ninjas on TV. Ninjas,
crazy.
Rob, if I'm not mistaken, they never specified who these ninjas were.
They never, bro. He got abducted by ninjas, disappeared for like a month and a half, and they never addressed it ever again.
Bro.
Like never talked about it. Never say, yo. So these are the ninjas that. No.
Teenage Evil's watching this like, oh, wrestling definitely fake. Like this is crazy. Like what the fuck? So
they ran down with that nigga, bro, and never told you why or who.
You know what's funny?
Mojo, by the way, could have easily beat those ninjas up. It was like 5 ninjas, and none of them were holding any weapons.
They had no weapons. They were just ninjas.
Just grabbed them and
put them in a van.
You know what's funny is I was a TNA homer, and I was one of those like, yo, TNA is better than WWE guys. And I remember that was like one of the first times I watched an Impact episode. And I went on the internet, and people were like, this company is terrible. And I was like, damn, is TNA actually bad? So, yeah.
Yes.
I got the video, by the way.
All right, what we got here?
Let's do this.
This is it, dude. This is gonna be it.
Hanger.
Buckshot!
That's it, bro. That's it.
Oh my god!
You know what?
My fucking cowboy! That's fucking right!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's so real.
Yo, even in my 27 years of watching professional wrestling since I was a baby, sometimes wrestling can do the right things. It can make you feel things you thought you never feel before. That was like the Jaguars winning the Super Bowl. Like, that's how I felt to me. That meant something to me and Novi. Like, Novi went through hell in the last pay-per-view stream. He was crying for his life when the damn Young Bucks interfered and got hit swerve with the damn EVP trigger. About some kick out, please. He was tapping the X button.
Yo, remember Novi last month when Swerve lost to Mox and he was a kick out? Kick out! No!
Kick out!
He was a kick out! Kick out!
Like, that's like the video game cutscene when you know damn well you're not going to save the guy, but you just keep pressing the X button anyway.
Could you imagine if y'all caught my reaction to Cody Roman on camera, the first one?
Bro. I thought you died.
My body went cold. I was like, yo, what? I was like, wait, what?
Does anything matter anymore? Like, do I even want to watch this? Like, do I even want to wake up tomorrow?
Jesus Christ. What a moment. We're going to get into the match shortly, folks. Let's keep these super chats rolling, Rob. Let's start getting through them a little bit quicker.
We got a good bit of them.
All right, let's get through a chunk and then let's start talking about the pay-per-view.
Is me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Epic Department 19, Buck 99. Appreciate you, bro. Firstly, shout out Self-Made. Second, any EO players?
Okay, so Self-Made, yeah, thanks for the shout out. I love the Discord. We're growing every single day. Follow at Self-Made PW on Twitter. The link is in the bio to join Self-Made. And if you join, even at the $5 tier, you have access to all our archived content, our watch-along content, our podcasting content, our spaces, so on and so forth. If you like the backup Hangman side Twitter spaces, they've now been permanently moved and now reside in Self-Made. So that's where you get those. And they come with scoops and all kinds of fun info and good conversation. I do my best to be as active as possible. I was active on Sunday watching the pay-per-view with everybody, along with AO and Rob and Chris. So join the Self-Made Discord, man. $5, get in price. If you get at a higher tier, you can recommend matches for us to watch. You get microphone access, interactivity, and so on and so forth. So join Self-Made, and I think it's a good deal. Now, as for EO Sky, so the big one is her and Rhea one more time, but they were monitoring Bianca's injury because they wanted to do a big violent match with Rhea and Bianca at Evolution. That's what they wanted to do. Is the timing going to line up for that? I'm not sure. Rhea is EO's next major opponent. The question is, are they going to fit a title defense before that? I'm not totally sure. For all we know, they could set up something with Liv Morgan tonight because Liv's coming back tonight. So we shall see. EOFC is very much downtrodden because the women's singles match on Money in the Bank appears to be a rematch with Becky and Lyra. So that leaves EO kind of like, okay, what do I do? You know, so we shall see. EOFC, keep your heads held high. I think it's going to be okay. But that's the best I could give you, Epic Department.
Steve Ramirez, $5. What a main event. Some very interesting directions for all in now. What could this mean for guys like Swerve and Osprey? Very excited to find out. Maybe if they still want to do Swerve and someone versus the Young Bucks, couldn't they just put him with Osprey maybe? Because Osprey so far it seems like it doesn't have like a very specific direction.
They
So
could.
maybe
They
yeah.
could. They could. Yeah, they could.
Yeah, maybe, but like the way Swerve like definitively just beat the Bucks in Anarchy in the Arena, I'm not sure if they do that anymore, but we'll see.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
All right, Robert Collier, $4.99. Appreciate you. Amazing show. Being in the self-made Discord, watching the show of everyone was an absolute blast. Let's go, Hangman FC, and respect the pivot. Talk that talk, Robert. I hope you brought your damn saddle. I hope you brought your bourbon, brother. We pulling up tonight. It's cowboy shit all week long, boy. Let's get it.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Just Will 499. Weekends like this is why it's great to have a thriving alternative. Double or Nothing was amazing, and I love watching these shows with y'all. Hashtag self-made forever. A lot
We
of
love you.
self-maders in the chat today.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I love
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys. The interactivity has been great. And the best thing about Self-Made is just, it's allowed me to be on Twitter less, which is great. So shout out to the community. Go ahead, Marcus.
All right, Rick and the Lion, $1.99. Appreciate you. Rob, what was the finish to Okada Speedball?
This is another
Bro, the
Self-Made
finish to
wrestling.
Okada, the finish to Okada speed. Yo, they think
No. You know,
Because-
Rob, shut up. Rob, shut up. I'm gonna provide context to everybody, and then I'm gonna let Rob speak for himself here. So, folks, Rob is getting paid to be in Self-Made with us and watch this show and provide commentary. Anna,
so
as
funny.
the show is happening and we are watching Okada Speedball, he is live on NXT Battleground, and he's just like, "Oh my God, NXT Battleground!" Right? And so I said, "Rob, what was the finish to Okada Speedball?" He's like, Okada did his Rainmaker. I'm like, how did he get into the Rainmaker, Rob? And he's like, oh, he did like a cool counter. I'm like, Rob, if you watch the match, you'll know how it happened. And he could not tell any of us. And clearly he was stalling because he was looking on Twitter to try to find a clip of the finish. And I was like, Rob, you didn't watch this match. You didn't watch this fucking match. Even now.
Insane,
Doing,
Rob.
Rob?
So that's not
What was the
happened.
match on NXT? What
So
could possibly?
I don't even
I think it was like
remember.
Miles Born in Obafemi or some shit.
Oh yeah, no, it was, but that's not okay. So let me tell you why this is not true. In real time, if you are in the self-made Discord in
You're a
real
sick freak.
time,
You're a
I
sick freak.
reacted to the finish of Hangman, not of Hangman, of Speedball and Okada in real time. By the way, first of all, second of all, the finish was, and I remember the finish because fucking he was in the middle of the ring waiting for the ultimate weapon. I was like, man, he's kind of far. And then he got hit with a drop kick, and I was like, that's why he was kind of far.
Look, Rob, you've had 24 hours to look this clip up, and I get it, and I respect it.
Hey, listen, if it was recorded, if the reaction was recorded,
Yo,
the
Self-Made
people
is in
know.
the chat. Hold on. Self-Made is in the chat. Y'all be my witnesses here. Was Rob not unable to name this finish in the moment when we asked him last night? Who else was here and caught that, bro? He could not answer this question. He couldn't answer. Who are my witnesses? Come on.
Just knowing Rob, I know this is 100% true.
You're asking like a bunch of like people, but see the thing is like people
Adam Bester
lie.
said he couldn't. The kid said he this happened. He was
They
not.
caught you, Rob?
Terrion said he took 20 minutes. Sway said I seen it. He couldn't.
Bruh.
Yeah, they ain't Cyrella in your ass, boy.
You know what all 10 of you motherfuckers is? Yeah, officer. I know where he put the gun at, and I know where he put the outfit he wore, you know what I'm saying, and the bleach he used to clean the floor. You see, bro, and the thing is, the fucked up part is, as you know, I watched the match. Y'all heard me reacting to the match live.
Rob, you were live tweeting fucking Sol Ruka, bro. Like, what are you talking
about? Yo, if you go to my Twitter account, though, I was live tweeting both.
This is the king of deny, bro.
Yo, the funniest part, Rob was split screening during Double or Nothing, and then wakes up in the morning, goes, gonna rewatch hashtag NXT Battleground.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Rob,
there will never be another man like Rob who watches crazy
you know what I did? I didn't split screen it. I put the Discord thing up on the main screen, and then I kind of put I pictured fucking NXT in the corner.
Yo, if y'all have ever seen the music video to Hustler's Ambition, bro, that's Rob in the morning just waking up to get his NXT on, bro. Where it's just like fire needs again. I won't learn, and he's just fucking walking through the hallways and shit. That's Rob, bro. Incredible. There will never be
NXT
somebody
good,
like
bro.
you. There will never be another Rob.
Listen,
Rob,
NXT
bro,
was fun,
I,
bro.
you need help, my brother. I care about you and my dog. You brought me into this
If
shit.
it makes you feel better, Rob, I watch.
Damn, Ebu.
Oh, what happened?
I'm trying to talk
Just
to Rob.
cutting
I'm
off
trying to live with my
Marcus.
dog. Man.
Oh, I didn't hear
shit.
you. But your shit was cutting out for me. Go ahead.
Damn, dumbass nigga. Anyway,
Wait
Oh
a minute.
shit!
I'll kick you off this stream, sir.
I
Oh,
gotta kick you in your
shit.
damn balls and tell your mama that you ain't carrying kids no more, motherfucker.
Yo, Rob. Time out, Marcus. Rob. Time out, Marcus. Time out,
Yo,
Marcus.
yo.
Time
doing
out, Rob.
shit.
Rob, who cutting the checks, Rob? Who cutting the checks, Rob?
Nigga, I'll cut you.
Rob, give him a minute.
Mm.
Come
Give him
on,
a minute,
chicks.
Rob.
Guys,
Hey,
y'all
hey.
put me in a real uncomfortable position here.
Hey,
Y'all.
don't open them WrestlePurists envelopes next
Yeah,
month.
Rob feel like Claire when they try to ask him to the dance.
Hey, listen. Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all. It's cool. Just wait till them checks come.
Anyway, I'm trying to live with my boy here, man.
Yo, do you know?
There's a number I need you to call
do you
after
know
we get
you
off stream,
disappear?
Rob. It's called 1-800-IMCRAZY. Yes, 1-800-I'm crazy. Because you're a lunatic and you need help.
I'm real.
No.
I do my thing, bro. Y'all so mad. NXT is gonna be back very soon. I promise y'all. Watch. Y'all do this thing. Y'all do this thing every year where y'all like, oh my god, NXT is the worst show on television. And watch. We always have these points in the year where we're like, man, NXT is looking like a really good show. I'm looking at everybody like it's the same thing everybody did with Josh Alexander, bro. I was saying that Josh Alexander was good for years. And everybody was like, no, Rob, you just love TNA. You just love TNA. And now everybody loves Josh Alexander.
There is
wouldn't see a man that has a problem.
There is truth to the conversation that people are selective about how people think wrestlers are good or bad based on where they work. So, but that's neither here nor there. Rick of the Line, thank you for the super chat.
I'm about to DM the boys and tell them what you said. They gonna pull up. Watch this.
What?
You're done. You're cooked. You're cooked.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You're cooked.
Can we move on to the next super chat?
Oh.
Hey, is Zacutino 199? Shout out to Rob. This is the next.
Is it?
Producer Rob chose it very well.
Hey man, I wasn't going to be here. I woke up, see the text message on my phone, and say, you know what? I got some time to shoot the shit before Monday Night Raw. So,
all right, Sway, Buck 99, appreciate you. Shout out to Rob, NXT FC, we up. This is fucking disgusting.
I'm telling you,
That's crazy.
Listen, NXT. We're a different brand. You know what I mean? Sometimes we're not all the way there. Sometimes, but when we're there, we're there. Yo, but we can't get. At least we all know you can't get any worse than Marigold. So, Sheldon, yo,
Actually, wait a minute.
What happened?
Hold
Y'all?
Wait.
What happened?
Come on. Let's slow down. Let's not start talking crazy. Come on.
What happened, y'all?
Why you say Marigold, Rob?
I wish you children could see my face throughout the last 2 minutes. I'm like, when you're holding your head because you have a migraine. Like I'm touching the vein on the side of my face right now. Go ahead, Marcus or Anna or whoever the fuck is reading the super chat. Go ahead.
Sheldingo 5 pounds. Oh hell, Hangman has revived my love for this great sport.
Shout out to you, Sheldingo.
We up.
He's just like that, man. He's a special wrestler.
Yes, he is. Rob.
All right. Adam Legend, $10. Appreciate you. Hangman Page follows Okada as a wrestler that gets all the emotion out of you from his work.
Mm-hmm.
He's a top-level athlete, but he just gets you to feel, and that's why he's a protagonist of the promotion.
So wrestling is all about, man. You're supposed to care about the people involved, and you're supposed to be exhilarated by watching your favorite win the match. It's cool to watch a match that's just mechanically great and exciting, but I think the best wrestling matches are the ones that are super engaging because you just really care desperately about the result. And Hangman Page is the ultimate wrestler where the people that are behind him, they watch his matches, and it's not always rewarding to be a Hangman Page fan. Hangman FC has been tortured, but when he does prevail in moments like this, it makes it all the more special. So shout out to Hangman Page, and I do agree, like Onita, he's one of those feelings-based wrestlers.
Okay, Dragon Master Adam, 5 pounds, thank you. Where does Jamie go now? She proved herself in that match, but now has no direction or goal for the near future. Hope she still used weekly on TV. Yeah, that was something that I was wondering as well, because I was so sure Jamie was gonna win. Like, I don't know why I was so sure, because I was still believing that they would do Mercedes versus Athena for All In, but well, apparently not.
No.
Yeah.
That's just deeply unfortunate. Sorry about your damn luck.
Sorry
Yeah.
about your damn
Sad.
luck.
But I'm very happy for Mercedes winning. For me, makes more sense. Even like, yeah, Tony's facing a heel. It's Mercedes. It's the biggest possible match they could do. But Jamie, since she came back, she felt so lost. And this whole story with Mercedes was the one thing that kind of made her feel like herself again. And the match was fucking phenomenal, you know? Like,
Yeah.
when we watched the match, I was like, yeah, this is why we love Jamie. This is why we miss Jamie for so long. Like, look at what she can do. But now, what can she do? Like, what is the place they're going to put her now?
So here's what I would say to that, Anna.
Yeah.
I understand that Jamie FC is very, very demoralized by the loss, and they invested a lot in her, and they got really invested in just the fact that she's really kind of made a resurgence on TV as of late. And for those fans, this loss is crippling. It is very upsetting, and they're worried about her future, and they're worried about what she does and how she stays afloat. And to that part of the audience, I want you to understand that maybe what I'm going to tell you here will make you feel better. Da-na, 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 da-da.
CEO. CEO.
CEO. CEO.
It comes with a moneymaker, you know? It is.
Hurt my hand and never skip a step.
Hurt my hand, never skip a step.
That's
Hurt my
a
hand,
real
never- Got the women pressed.
Yeah. Yo, let me look.
Yo, look the lyrics up real quick. Hold on.
Mercedes CEO lyrics.
Oh.
It's just intro chorus. CEO, CEO, CE. The lyric says, all right, let me see this. Heaven subversions, they give me a bigger check. Hurt my heel, but never skipped a step. Hurt a heel, got the women pressed. Look, I'm top tier of the standard set. Bounce back in the game. This is the soundtrack to my reign. You heard the crowd clapping and praise. Champion's belt back on my frame. It's been a minute. Y'all get back when I finish. CEO handling business. Yo, they have these ad libs in parentheses, and it says, yeah. And then the next one says cha-ching.
Hey, this should hot me in the booth come in, y'all. Cause crazy ass is Bobby like Curry in that bitch. See ya. What?
Oh my god! It comes with moneymaker. It comes with
moneymaker. The thing is, I'm not saying like I'm upset that Mercedes won. She won, and I was like, well, yeah, like it's Mercedes, you know, why wouldn't she win? But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with Jamie now. I guess we'll see. I do hope she's still being used because she's, for me, like one of the best wrestlers in the roster. So
absolutely. Shout out to Adam. Best of luck to Jamie.
No.
Man, I just seen a clip of that Hangman Ospreay finish on my timeline again. Man,
it was an amazing match. I know you were
What a
watching Battleground, but it was a really good match, bro.
oh, okay.
he was watching Stacks. Tony Dungy.
Yeah, Stacks.
He's watching Stacks. That's crazy. Anyway, Ryan Cicchini, $6.99 Canadian. Soul is the best female high flyer in the world. The body control is insane, especially with her height. The rest is slowly coming together. We'll talk about that.
In the world, it's a bit crazy. In the world,
I like her though.
I think even in WWE, do we count Io as a high flyer? Because I think she's a high flyer.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so.
Maybe
I mean, she's
not
well all around, but yeah.
Yeah, not quite as high flyer as she used to be, like in Stardom and all that stuff. But yeah, she's still great at it.
So I'll say this about Soul. I think she's an incredible athlete, and I think she's super marketable, and I do think she's going to get over. I'm a big fan of Sol Ruca. I think she's almost there, and I'm excited for her future. If we're doing the high flyer thing, like yeah, I would take Io above her, you know. But I haven't thought.
Azumi, like
Yeah. It might be. I'll say this: she's one of the best athletes in women's wrestling for sure. So
Seth Rollins level is setting up. That's why I said she needs. I feel like she needs like another year in NXT to like
Yeah.
get better.
Like
and
she can get there. But
polish.
I always feel like it's very unfair when people say like this American women's wrestler is the best of this in the world. Except we're talking about Mercedes. You know, like you look at Japan, it's very hard to say that any of them is like are better than the women we have in Japan, you know. So Mercedes is a very special case, and you have other people that stand out, but it's always a setup when you say stuff like that.
I do think right now we are in a place in women's wrestling, though, Anna, where the top American women's wrestling are on the same tier. Like to me, the collection
They're
of
getting
talent
there.
so like no, but I think the top tier on both sides is equal. Like beyond that is where there's a big drop off. But I personally think like the collection like Willow, Athena, Mercedes, Io, Bianca. I'm probably forgetting a person or two. Jordan Grace, Stephanie. I think they're right there with like Mayu and whoever else you'd like to put on with her. Sari is like probably the best out of everybody, but like Mayu, Sari.
You even say stat, my nigga.
Yeah, sure. Statlander. My point is, top to top, I think it's pretty even right now. Now, when you go beyond that and you're looking at, I'm not going to name any names on the women's side in America. Look, I'm singling people out, but like that next tier versus Japan's next tier, it's like a big gap, I think.
There is a difference. Yeah, I would say like the B tier in Japan compared to the B tier in the US is like
it's
that's where the gap starts.
There's a gap. Yeah.
The rookies are great there. They wrestle a lot more often. You can see how fast they run the ropes, stuff like that.
Right.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna say no name, Ibu, but they frying you for somebody you mentioned.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you know perfectly clear who I'm talking about.
I don't know. What's the next super chat?
We got this one.
Oh, did we miss that one?
Wait, that one was.
This is what happens when the guy at the wheel like does like prescription drugs. Like this is what happens. Like
the fuck are you talking? No, this is what fucking happens when you sit here and you take fucking 15 minutes to talk about a super chat from 20 fucking minutes ago. Like, what are you talking about?
It was like a minute. I'm gonna read
what the hell?
It's still on my computer screen.
The one.
I put up a new super chat 15 minutes ago. You were still talking about the one from 30 minutes ago. Like, what the fuck?
A Canadian zebra, $5 Canadian. Get out of here, Osprey FC, best in the world. You ain't Kenny Omega or Hangman. Adam Page, get out of here. Debatable.
I still fuck with Osprey, even though it's cowboy time. But I will say, I'm very happy. The Brits went 0 for 2.
Yo, this is crazy in the chat. So Peach goes, please respect Robert Paragraph. And then Trusted Process said, Rob on a perk 30? And then someone, these are the next comments. Own him, Rob. Fry him, Rob. Not too much on Rob. You're so tough. This is crazy.
Bro, no, because this nigga's like, yo, I put up a new super chat. Basically being like, yo, okay, this is for when Ibu like is done with this super, and Ibu still talking about the last super chat. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, well, I wasn't done. This is what happens when the guy at the wheel's on drugs. No, nigga, you're still talking.
He on a perk 40 now, y'all.
Yo,
it's time for the percolator.
Yo, I'm not gonna bring it up. Go ahead. Who's reading this one?
I got this one. Kenan Jones, $9.99. Appreciate you. Imagine not watching wrestling since the Attitude era. Right, bro. I had to do it to you. You watch Hangman's work and you watch Cena's work. Imagine finding out Cena is a millionaire actor and not Page.
Hey, yeah, man. I'm not gonna repeat myself. John Cena's really bad right now. He is really, really bad right now. His performance in that backstage segment at Saturday's main event with Jey Uso was crazy. How are you a paid Hollywood actor? How?
I do have a question. Like, does he have a say on his booking? Because there's no way in hell that he's the one being like, you know what I want to do for my final year of wrestling ever? I want to tag with Logan Paul.
I gotta be honest.
If he is doing that, like, someone needs to check his head because like the CT is going crazy there.
And he's ruining wrestling. Didn't you hear?
Yeah, right. And I think he's mentally cooked. If I'm being honest with you, his stuff stands out on the show. Like John comes on, and I'm like, what is this, bro?
Yo, can you Ibu, can you never mind. Continue. Sorry. My bad.
Thank you. I'm not gonna belabor it. I've been very clear on this. John is really bad, and it's why I'm gonna be honest with you. Unless it's CM Punk and Cena, I'm good on what John's got going on. So.
Yo, can you name me any Amazon Prime DC, CM Punk movies or TV shows for me? No, I'm just asking.
Go to the next super chat.
I was asking a question. No, I
Rob,
can't ask questions.
Por favor.
I can't ask questions. What the hell?
Mi amigo.
What's going on with that?
Go to the next super chat.
Juno, $4.99. I get why they made Mercedes versus Toni, but it feels like a waste if they don't main event a pay-per-view. I would have preferred Toni and Jamie and Athena Mercedes too.
Either or works. Yeah. I think their mindset is simply just, we got to do the biggest women's match that this division can produce and sell some tickets. But I understand this sentiment. What's up?
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say like one thing. Like I do understand people being like, "Oh, if it's not Mercedes and Toni main eventing pay-per-view, which women's match will ever main event a pay-per-view?" Have you seen that roster? Mercedes is still gonna be there. Toni's still gonna be there. We have Jamie, we have Athena. Like you have so many matches that could get that spot, and people wouldn't be like, "Oh, why is this in the main event?" There's so many possibilities. Like a Mercedes and Willow match. Whichever match Mercedes is losing one of her titles could be a main event. Toni just has to be fucking brave enough. I don't think the problem is that there's no other match that could main event. Like, if this match, which is the biggest one, like they can build matches to get to that point. That is not the issue. The issue is Toni Khan not wanting women to main event.
And
period.
I'm of the belief that Mercedes is winning at Dallas. And I think if she does, that would be like when Roman beat Brock at Mania 38 and he won both world titles. And the idea is we're tripling down on our super duper unbeatable God. And when you create an unbeatable God, you have to have in mind who's the person that's going to take them down. And I think, especially coming out of the pay-per-view, last night's pay-per-view, it's undeniable who is the woman that should take down Mercedes Moné. I think it's the woman that lost to Mercedes at Double or Nothing last year. I think Willow Nightingale should take her down at a show. And I think when that happens, that is the AEW women's match that absolutely needs to be the main event. So that's just my point of view. People are asking about Athena. I was of the belief that she was going to be working Thunder Rosa. I don't know what show they're going to do that at, though, but that's like the next big thing. So we'll see what happens. Next super chat, Robert.
Ebu Mania 14, $4.99. Hangman Page with Mariah May off the WWE. Do you think the next biggest AEW free agent plus Tiffany Stratton hold on to that till Mariah May arrives?
Who do I think is the next biggest AEW free agent? It's going to be Jericho, but he's going to stay in AEW. I don't know if that's breaking news, but I maybe
God, no.
I'm letting you guys know that Chris Jericho's staying. So that's that. Who else am I forgetting? Let me think.
At least Jericho's not terrifying our screens right now. Like,
there will be a Jay White sweepstakes next year. We'll see how that goes.
They can have him.
Go. Yeah.
There will be
Jay White. Your time has come.
He would do better in WWE. Like, I genuinely believe that.
If you believe yours is the only way, then you're a fool.
Can't lie, bruh.
The fucking judgment thing.
He wears leather jackets and stuff like that. He'll be pushed in 100 FC.
He met Finn Balor like, I had to bring my friend, the Switchblade, and he's just like, I can't even get through it. WWE Universe. I am the Switch. He just goes on to it.
I sold out Madison Square Garden, nigga. I sold out the Tokyo Dome, nigga.
Word.
The WWE Universe will breathe with the Switchblade.
Absolutely. Shout out to Jay White, I guess.
Jay White versus Seth Rollins is gonna be like first order of business,
God,
and it's gonna be nasty.
It's gonna be like we know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a 3.5 that like people on Twitter
and then Dave is gonna drop 4.25 on it.
Mhm.
and then Jones will go act like Dave is like the
Bye.
worst person ever for not
Yeah.
dropping 5 on it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, give me a sec. I gotta take a text message.
All right, this is the next super chat.
Van Jiminator 499. Even though Death Rider stuff is a negative, I've been so invested in the babyface's chase just because the fans unite against Mox every defense. Look, in the beginning, when they started the storyline, I feel like a lot of people were tapped in and they were, hating on the Death Riders, but they were invested in the story because it seemed like it was gonna be good. Now, I don't think it's like a positive thing if all of your fans are like, "Oh, these matches are ass. This guy is ass." It's not like that. That is not a good thing. Like, "Oh, but they are heels. They're supposed to be bad. The fans are supposed to be against them." They can still deliver good matches while having the fans against them. So
Ricochet does it every week. Kyle Fletcher does it every
yeah,
week in the same company.
exactly. I
And
don't think
also,
it's an excuse.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
You
it's
can go
better
ahead.
now because the baby faces are better. Because we had fucking John Silver doing
Yeah.
gunchuck bits before Dynamite in October. So whatever, sure. It's not
Yeah.
it's not offensive
Now,
TV anymore.
like, this
Absolutely.
build to the Anarchy in the arena, like, they found their footing again a little bit, but, like, of course, they involved Swerve Strickland, they involved Willow, they involved Samoa Joe, they involved Kenny Omega. Like, it was not gonna be bad, and it was leading to an Anarchy in the arena, which was the best one so far we're gonna get there. But, like,
Yep.
the people involved made the story a lot better. But now, if all of these people are stepping back, yeah, Hangman is gonna be holding it together, but
Mhm.
still not great.
Right.
You can
Rob, let's do 5 more super chats and then we'll get right into the pay-per-view.
Put the one back up.
What was the one that was before?
Yeah, I got one. Yeah. Slim Reaper 35 499. Appreciate you. TK Fiend backup 0 news misinformation. Back to back pay per view main event misses. Hashtag Celtics Shack. Hashtag fake news. Hashtag 2025 Meltzer better. Hashtag find new sources. Thoughts?
I'm not acknowledging that. Ricochet has quoted me on Twitter. He said, I tweeted, Ricochet is like 15% less explosive than he was 10 years ago, but this is probably the best he's ever been as a pro wrestler. I'm ready to say that. In terms of mastery of the craft, being a performer, knowing who he is, and embodying it during the match, his ability to tonally balance the two seemingly contradictory parts of his act, he's a cornball asshole and a serial killer at the same time. Ricochet has quoted me, and he said, I'm also 15% older than I was 10 years ago.
He cooked you on that
Owned
one.
your ass.
Oh my god, he fucking owned
Someone-
you fucking Mark. Oh my god,
That's
what
crazy.
a
He said
Mark.
he slapped the shit out you.
Someone replied 15% balder too, and Ricochet said, damn. And of course, AO is taking his side in his replies because he's an asshole.
Let's go. What did AO say?
He said, AO said, they say all men are created equal. But you look at me and you look at Samoa Joe, and you can see that the statement is not true. See, normally if you got a one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best to beat me. Then you add Kurt Angle to the mix. Your chances of winning go drastically down. See, the three-way at sacrifice, you got a 33 and a third chance of winning. But I got a 66 and 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me. And he's not even going to try. So Samoa Joe, you take your 33 and a third minus my 25% chance. And you got an 8 and 1/3 chance of winning a sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning. And if we were to go one-on-one and you had 66 2/3%, I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning a sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they supposed disaster for you at sacrifice. This is the famous Steiner Math promo. I don't know why he replied to this to Ricochet. I don't know if he was hacked, but shout out to Ricochet. I think he's doing some of the best work of his career, and I thought his match against Mark Briscoe was quietly one of the best matches on the show.
Ain't no quiet about it, girl.
True. I think it actually was actively the third best match on the show. The more I think about it,
100%. It matched. It had a real good mix
No.
of like the comedic side of Ricochet and him just being a terrorist at the same time.
Mhm.
And Mark Briscoe
Yeah.
just the very best babyface in the business today.
I would put Mercedes and Jamie above it, but it is still top 5 for sure.
Washed in the live chat said Ibu is 10 years older than Ricochet, but he's trying to age shame him. I'm not 10 years older than Ricochet. Ricochet's what, 36?
16.
Wait, let me check how old Ricochet is. Ricochet age. Ricochet age. Ricochet is 36. Yeah, he's older than me. There you go.
Sure, Ibu. Mike M, 5 Canadian. Seems obvious Will wins the world title at All In 26, but who does he take the title from? Hangman, Swerve, Omega, Shutters, Moxley.
Kyle
Hopefully
Fletcher.
Hangman.
Kyle Fletcher.
Big Pro Star.
Really? You guys think that?
Yes.
Kyle Fletcher winning the world title before? No, like Kyle Fletcher winning the world title before Ospreay.
Yes. I think he wins it before.
I think he's gonna go.
I think he's gonna rub it in his face.
TNT now.
I don't think he wins that, Anna. I think Ricochet is the next TNT champion.
Okay.
It's a good way to connect them back. Plus, like,
Fletcher.
yeah, sure. Will went over in the feud, but Kyle Fletcher gets the last lap by winning the belt before him.
All right. Why do we have someone in the live chat saying proto meat? Let's not do that, please.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Like,
say his full name all you want, but no proto meat.
Like that would be a good match, you know, like that would be very solid, but I would be very surprised.
Danny Kwong in the chat said
What?
good. No, Danny Kwong in the chat said Adam Cole beating Kyle Fletcher is kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're doing Adam Cole versus Kyle Fletcher, unless there's some high level fuckery involved, there's no way that Kyle Fletcher can lose to him. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm the last person to like want to like body shame wrestlers, but seeing like the Paragon in the ring with the Don Callis family, it was crazy. Like the size differences, it was like, oh my god, they're gonna break this man in half, you know. But it was a solid match. I love Roderick Strong with all my heart, and I would love to see. Has he had a singles match with either Takeshita or Kyle Fletcher?
Say again? No.
Has Roderick Strong had a singles match with Takeshita or Kyle Fletcher?
I think he's faced Takeshita. If you're talking about Roddy,
run it back.
Yeah, right.
Run it back.
Absolutely.
But I would love to see Kyle Fletcher going through like Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong before getting to Adam Cole. I feel like those matches would be just amazing.
Absolutely.
How many DQs have AEW done this year?
Like 2.
I could see them doing another one with Cole and Kyle.
All right, what we got here?
All right, let's see next.
Yeah, Marcus is
going. Dang, $2 Canadian. It's gonna come with briefcase shot, I'm afraid. Yeah, matter of fact, take 5.
All right, Rob. After this one, I'm gonna go right into double nothing, and we'll do the rest at the end. Okay. I'll read this. Oh no, actually, go ahead, Anna. Go ahead.
Jeff Lakes, 199. Double or Nothing 24 better than All Out 21. Also, worst AEW pay-per-view?
The worst was last year's World's End. That show was a pile of shit.
I said All Out 2020.
All Out 2020. No, I think World's End was worse. Rob, yo, I'm
2 for nail, brother. Enough said.
Say it again.
2 for nail match, bro. Enough said.
That wasn't that a pre-show though?
No, it was an opening match.
That's crazy.
All Out 2020 cage match. Let me see.
All right, guys. This is World's End. This is a 5 on cage match.
All Out 2020 has a 5-2.
Oh wow. So we started well. Blackpool Combat Club, Danielson, Claudio, Garcia, and Briscoe versus Brody King, Jay Lethal, Jay White, and Roosh. Very good match. Or like nice opener. Next we had Miro and Andrade. That was really bad, and the crowd like just revolted. Toni Storm versus Riho. This was not good. Swerve versus Dustin Rhodes. This was not good either. The last 3 matches had a 5, a 5, and then a 4. Chris Jericho, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting versus Big Bill, Ricky Starks, and the Callis family, which is Takeshita and Hobbs. This has 2.5 stars and a 3.4 on cage match. Abaddon versus Julia Hart. 3.1 on cage match.
Why did they book that on pay-per-view?
Adam Copeland and Christian Cage had a no DQ match. This was good. Eddie Kingston and Moxley, Continental Championship, Continental Classic Finals. This was a good match. 8.14. And then Joe and MJF did what they could. Max was hurt, and then Joe won, and then they did the double reveal at the end. where we found out Adam Cole was.
Oh,
the
he
devil.
was the devil, the villain. Oh.
Yeah.
Can I read the card for All Out 2020? I'm just gonna say 2 matches from the card. One has
Sure.
a 1.8 on Cage Match, and it's Big Swole defeats Dr. Beatbreaker.
Mhm.
And then the other one has the 0.47, and it's Matt Hardy defeats Sammy Guevara.
It was
I
a
feel
tough
like
show, tough day.
enough.
You know, just didn't come together. But thankfully, the show we watched last night, folks, did come together, and it came together at the highest level. Last night was Double or Nothing 2025 in Phoenix, Arizona. We're out of Vegas finally, and it's to the benefit of the show that we were out of Vegas. We opened up, folks. We opened up the main card with an explosive opener. It was the finals of the Women's Owen Hart Cup tournament. Mercedes Moné, Jamie Hayter, and there was no wasted time here. We went right to it. 2 minutes in, the bell rang, and they went back and forth. They took their time. The crowd was hot for it. They were doing their thing, and nip and tuck all the way through. Some good counters. It honestly felt like they were calling this one in the ring, to be honest with you. And ultimately, there were some attempted money makers. There was a sense of struggle. We got some sliding lariats. We got backstabbers. We got bank statements. Ultimately, Mercedes won with this like kind of weird DDT pin. I've never really seen her do it, but she got the win. And Mercedes Moné is the winner of the Women's Owen Hart Cup final. She will be facing Toni Storm, title for title. Rob, what did you think of Mercedes versus Jamie Hayter?
I thought Mercedes versus Jamie Hayter was fantastic. And I've really enjoyed the work from Mercedes. Ever since that little spell last year she was having of like matches that weren't really clicking with people. Ever since that like little spell, especially post All In, I feel like ever since then her matches have been getting better and better, and her matches have just been like great on every single big stage that she's been on. This match that she had with Jamie Hayter, I feel like this was Jamie Hayter's probably best match. If the Tony match is not her best match in AEW, then this match is probably it. And it's just
She the
like
Holiday Bash.
oh yeah, she did Holiday
gonna
Bash
say
is another
she
one, but this was probably along with those her best match in AEW, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Mercedes Moné crush the dreams of a lot of Toni Storm fans in Dallas, Texas. So
Good stuff. Good stuff. Anna, did this match move you?
It moved me, Ivo. I gotta say, like, the expectations were high, and they managed to surpass every single one of them. They
Yeah.
got the time to do whatever they needed to do, and it's Mercedes and it's Jamie, and I missed seeing Jamie like this, just like the hater hits hard, her just like clobbering Mercedes, and there's no one in the world that's gonna sell to you better than Mercedes. Mercedes is gonna put like her whole back into it. She's gonna like seeing that every move that she's taking it's killing her. And when she goes against someone who hits hard, that's like the best combo for me. So I think that was one of my favorite AEW women's matches in a very long time. Not a very long time because we had Tony Mariah, Stat, and Willow, but I do think it's like top 10. I thought it was really, really, really good. The whole pacing, everything was just amazing from beginning to end. And I love the way that they finished the match as well, because usually when some matches finish with roll-ups, you're kind of like, after all of this. But I do like the whole story. Mercedes never hit her finisher. Jamie never hit the haterade. And that roll-up was brutal. Like, Jamie went full with her head on the ground. She seemed like, no one could get out of this, It wasn't just a roll-up. She fully, like, had some movement to it. So I do see them repeating this match in the future. At least I hope I do. And yeah, incredible. Like, I'm happy for Mercedes. I'm happy that Jamie was able to showcase why, like, remind people why we love her. And yeah, impeccable.
What did you think, Marcus?
This match right here is what I would like to call, for everyone that reads me on Twitter and sees my reactions to great matches, this is what I would like to say it was. Real music.
Absolutely.
But like, this was really good. This was easily Jamie's best match in a long, long time. And I'm really glad she got back to that form, because she was looking kind of wild there for a minute, coming back from the back injury. tying up fucking Outcast loose ends, and then the Visa stuff. Kind of got back into a groove. Had a really good match with Stat in the Owens semi, and then I don't know when it happened, but there was somewhat of a switch that flipped with this build and with Jamie specifically. I want to say it was during the sit downs where she kind of gave out like, "Yo, what's my why of wanting to be here? Like, do I want to be forgotten or do I want to be remembered?" And then Mercedes also flipped the switch too, where she was just intense as all hell. She was out there ready to kill somebody after losing the Strong title, and then she was ready to get some shit back. Tournament final, they just went there and killed each other. Mercedes against Powerhouses is a very good combination because Mercedes can be resourceful. She could just be an arrogant asshole and just stomp on your head until you're dead. And that finish, that was creative as all hell. Like it was kind of like a DDT small package type of deal. That really could be like a finisher in these big type of matches where she just kind of sneaks up on you and then just rolls out of the ring like she did against Jamie. It was like, oh shit, I never seen that before. But yeah, like great match, great conclusion to the women's Owen, the best women's Owen by a country mile, and the best men's Owen too on the other side. But we'll get to it later. But yeah, love this match a lot.
My favorite thing about it was just how natural it all felt. Like this is not trying to. It's just so cool to just see the ladies kind of go out there and like just find their way over the course of the match. You know, it just felt like they were working. You know, like actually working, and naturally escalating in the process. And the crowd was with them, and they never lost the crowd. And when it was time to rev it up, it did properly rev up, and the action met the structure of the match. And when it was time to get dramatic, it did. Mercedes is just a master at these 20-minute plus matches, and this was no different. So I had a great time with this. I thought this was an excellent opener, and I have no problem with the results. So I would have to give this one a thumbs up, folks. Big fan of this. And their second match was FTR taking on Nigel McGuinness and Bryan Danielson. Not Bryan Danielson. I wish. Could you imagine? Holy shit. Daniel Garcia. Man, I miss you, Brian. What does that tell you? It was a Freudian slip.
Freudian?
Freudian. Yeah, Freudian. But yeah, so it was FTR and DG and Nigel. And this was like a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I expect this to be kind of like a brief undercard deal. I thought this was going to be a brief undercard deal. And ultimately, these guys kind of took...
FTR, brief. Nigga, okay.
Come on, man.
FTR, huh? 2025.
So they went 22 minutes and 30 seconds. A lot of back and forth. DG and Nigel's comebacks were really good. And ultimately, they put together a match that was clearly structured to be epic and great. And I thought they fell a little short of that, but they did pull this into being like a real nice match. I just didn't feel this was the match this show needed, or the match that I was really trying to see at this point in the show, to be honest with you. Like I wasn't really in the mood for this to be like a a long thing. But the guys all worked really hard, and it did end up being a good match, but maybe a bit long in the tooth for my personal taste. What did you think, Anna?
Not every match needs to be long. No, like this is one of those matches that I feel like it would have benefited so much from having 10 minutes off, like cut off from the match. Right. It would have been a really, really solid, really good match if it was 12, 15 minutes max, and that's it. It got to a point that I felt like I was just screaming to my computer. I'm like, oh my God, just end it already. Why they're still kicking out?
And I'm going to blow your mind right now.
I'm happy. What?
This was the third longest match on the show.
That's insane. What is the need?
For what reason?
Look, I love Nigel. I love Nigel, and I'm so happy we're seeing him wrestle, right? But this was not necessary in this show. Like, especially after Jamie and Mercedes, like I said, it felt like it threw the rhythm a bit off. And they just need to understand, I feel like this is the biggest fault to the AEW pay-per-views. Like, WWE pay-per-views, they have a lot of commercials and stuff that make the pay-per-view very long. AEW pay-per-views, they have matches go so long that didn't need to go so long. Like, maybe they have a specific time that they have to reach in their deals. Like, I don't know how it works, but this match had no reason to go this long.
22 minutes?
It went 22 minutes and 30 seconds, and this was the third longest match in the show.
Why did they go longer than Mercedes and Jamie? Why?
Insane.
I don't know.
Insane. it felt so long. I feel like it felt like it was the longest match because Osprey and Hangman was 36, and it felt shorter for me watching than I felt when I was watching FTR and Nigel. There was a point that I thought the match was already going half an hour. I'm like, this is never ending. This is never ending. And it was not a bad match by any means, but
No,
there was
absolutely
no
not.
need for it to be that long. And I feel like that's the one thing that Tony Khan needs to put in his head for the thing to finally like click and the pay-per-views be like perfect from top to bottom, because that's the only thing that I have to complain about this pay-per-view, that some matches could have been shorter.
Right.
It's like it's like, bro, you want to do this match on TV and have it be like 30 something and 20 something minutes long. Cool, it's TV. Like, you know what I mean? We just go back
It was
and
a
watch
collision
it.
main event, basically.
Yeah, like you want
Exactly.
to do that in a collision main event? Cool, we can go back and watch that and skip around. But like, bro, this is pay per view.
Did you did this match work for you, Rob?
Oh no, but the match was fine. It's
Mhm.
just that like along with what Anna had to say, kind of what you had to say, just kind of the length was just the problem. Is the length has been a problem with FTR in their matches for kind of years now. Ever since they had that match with Juice and Jay White, which was that match was good, but ever since they had that match with them that everybody raves about and it's critically acclaimed and everybody's like, oh, that's the kind of matches that we need from FTR. They seem to think that now they need to do that with every single match they have, whether it's on pay-per-view or it's on Collision. Remember, last year before the Death Riders became the Death Riders, they had a 20-minute fucking I think it was a 20-minute draw with Moxley and Claudio on pay-per-view last year. I think, right? Yeah, on Revolution. So and I think, or was that on TV? I'm
They had a
correct
draw
me
with
if I'm wrong.
Yuta and Claudio on Collision. I think Mox and Claudio went over on pay per view.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, bro, like
That's gross.
my thing is like last night, like you said, 22 minutes. What happened to the time limit? I thought every match that wasn't championship matches or a big singles match had a 20-minute time limit.
I think it's 30 on
I-
pay per
You know?
view.
I don't know, man. It might be different on pay-per-view, but yeah, look, I like the work here. I just thought it picked up at like minute 12 anyway, so why can we just kind of like shrink this a bit,
Yeah, like
so
15
I
would
don't
have been
know.
cool, bro.
I like DG. I think DG in this program has done solid work. FTR as heels has been a massive upgrade from what they had been doing. I just don't know if this show needed this. Marcus, do you have any differing opinions from what we've been expressing, or what?
Allow me to give my thoughts on this match in the following way. Song. You light my fire.
Come on, man. They're not
Come on, man.
washed. They're not washed.
I feel alive with you,
feel
baby.
alive.
You blow my mind.
They're
You
not
blow
washed.
my
I'm
mind.
Now, what I will say,
satisfied. Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Oh, outstanding.
What is
FTR, you knock me out.
Dax, if you're listening, I don't think you're washed, Dax. I don't
Shout out
think you're
Nigel though. He did his thing. He bumped his ass off.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Absolutely. Folks, the next match was a match that I absolutely loved. Ricochet and Mark Briscoe stretcher match. The bottom line is they bled, and Ricochet was just being a total like dork, and then also flips the switch from being a dork to being sadistic. And he starts like bringing the scissors out and jabbing Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe has a gusher in this match. There's a great spot where Ricochet grabs him by the head and just repeatedly rams his face into the fucking stretcher. And you see the blood remaining on the stretcher. I thought this was excellent. We got a great froggy bull from the top turnbuckle to the outside and breaks the table. We had another awesome spot where he went for the Sabu spot where you run up to the chair, jump off that to the rope to then go to the outside. And he eats shit. Like Mark Briscoe caught a fucking chair to the face. So this was just a ton of fun. And Mark Briscoe's a great baby face. Ricochet is really great at this point in being the Ricochet character in a match and telling a story. I know that's a cliche, but Ricochet's in-ring storytelling has really stepped up in this current role. His ability to balance that type of shit and the athleticism has been really great to watch. So I love this. I thought this was potentially the third best match of the show. And I know there's a lot of stiff competition there. And a lot of matches to me are like right around the same level of like 4 stars, but this was fucking awesome, and I loved it. Marcus, what did you think of the stretcher match?
Real Music Part 2.
Rob, what did you think of the stretcher match?
This was great. It was great. They both went out there and basically, I love how Mark Briscoe goes out there, and especially when it's a plunder match, he's like, he understands that it's a plunder match. It's always been a great thing with both the Briscoes that, like, when they go into plunder matches, they go into it with their best foot forward. And so the work from both men was very great, and Ricochet being like a great heel in 2025 was not something I expected to happen, but yeah. So
Put that nigga in the ambulance. Shout out Ricochet.
Absolutely. Anna, you have in the past been the Mark Briscoe hater on the panel.
No. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
You were
no.
like,
No.
I don't really like Mark
No.
Briscoe. He's awful.
No, I never said that. I never. Now this is a
so
lie. He's
bad.
trying to set me up.
No,
here.
it's not something you would
He's
say.
trying
I ain't
to
gonna.
set me up. No. Mark
She don't like Mark
Briscoe,
Briscoe, y'all.
You ain't exactly
You don't
on
like
like
Mark
on stable ice right now, Anna.
that.
So.
I never said that.
No, I'm setting her up.
You
I'm
know,
lying. I'm lying.
Now,
She just-
you're setting. You set it.
yeah, no,
up
I
like
was totally setting her up. I'm
crazy.
setting her up.
I
I'm setting her
said,
up.
yeah. The only thing I can admit that I said is there was a moment that I feel like because I didn't watch the Briscoes a lot when they were together, or I didn't watch that much like when I was, like growing up with wrestling, I didn't have like the emotional connection that I feel like a lot of people have to Mark Briscoe, and because of that, I feel like a lot of the matches didn't really connect to me in that emotional level. They were still great matches, but I didn't feel that connection. Now this has changed because this match was fucking awesome.
Right.
He's just a dude. He goes there. He does crazy shit. He's bleeding. He's just doing like I loved it. He's cleaning Ricochet's bald head. He made his hair. He grew out his hair just so he could like make fun of Ricochet being bald.
Which is amazing.
It was
Amazing
so
bit.
much fun. Like the cleaning of the head, and then I was so sure he was gonna win as
Have you
well.
roll it, bro?
I was dying. Like, it was so good. It was generally such a good match. I knew it was gonna be like a solid match, but it was also went over my expectations, and it was definitely what I needed after the tag match. After FTR just like sucked my soul out. But like I think it was fun. It was silly. It was nice. Pause, Marcus. It was fun. It was silly. It was nice. Like it was just a very good match. Yeah, I get it now, guys. I get it. Okay.
Like, glad you
Like,
understand.
yeah, Ricochet. Yeah, Ricochet is doing the best work of his career, and I generally think this is one of my favorite matches from him in AEW. Like, it was just fun. Wrestling doesn't need to be like so like deep and serious all the time. I feel like we had enough of that in this pay-per-view already. So this was like a very good, like, light kind of feeling. Yeah,
It struck a
it was
real
great.
good balance between like the seriousness of the stipulation of putting somebody in the fucking stretcher and comedy spots. Like Mark Briscoe, I'm gonna take it back from our hip hop folks out there. This gonna be a throwback. He's the Cool G Rap of wrestling. Your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. He does a whole bunch of cool stuff. Everyone love him. Everybody got influence out of him. Him and Jay both, rest in peace, man. Like he went in this with a fucking mohawk. What? How really can you get? He bled his ass off.
Yeah.
Almost killed himself in a froggy bow spot. Almost killed Ricochet on bumping him onto the stretcher. And then the way he went out, he gets stabbed with a fucking scissor. Goes out. He's put in the stretcher, and that beautiful camera shot of the blood leaking everywhere on the ramp, the scissors there, and then Ricochet just posing up. Also, I gotta give a shout out to Ricochet for the gear he wore. He pulled up in a fucking Kotsky robe. Big Itachi.
That was
so
hilarious.
fire.
That was
That
very
was so gas. You so amazing, Trevor, man. I'm so fucked up about you. Shout out Itachi Uchiha. Don't let Chris say that. But
massive nerd. Nah, shout out to Ricochet.
Solid. It was the fourth best match on the show for me. Like, it was very, very solid.
Absolutely. Another match that was actually this was kind of whatever. The Hurt Syndicate faced the Sons of Texas. I was about to be like another great match. I looked at it, I'm like, no, I actually didn't really like this that much. The Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes and Tammy versus Bobby Lashley and Shelton. They went 12 minutes. And like, I have not a lot to say about this except that it got kind of sloppy at the very end and the camera missed like a bunch of spots. The work was decent at the beginning, and then like I said, it got a little sloppy at the end. Dustin Rhodes is a total pro. Bobby's awesome. Shelton rules, and Sammy, he's fine. So this was another fine Hurt Syndicate pay-per-view match. This is better actually than the last one or two that they had. It was better than the one it's better than the Jericho team one from the last pay-per-view, and it's way better than the than the one against the Outrunners.
Who?
But the Outrunners.
Who?
Right. But this, in spite of that, it still wasn't like great. Like it was just fine to me. If anybody objects, speak now or forever hold your peace. But I thought this was just a nice, fine undercard tag match on the show. Did you feel any different, Anna?
No, it was easily the weakest match on the card. Like, unfortunately, you
Right.
know, like it was fine. It was a match. It happened. It was okay. But I like Bobby and I like Shelton so much that I wish they could be having way better matches. And I am a bit
They need better
disappointed that the matches
opponents.
that they need better opponents. Exactly. That's what it's like. I'm just disappointed that like the matches that they have been having since they went to AEW have not been like living to the hype and the expectations and to the potential that we know that they can deliver. You know, when Shelton he was doing his little singles run before Bobby joined, like he was killing it. So I would like to see them with better opponents because they do deserve that. I want to see a pay-per-view with a Hurt Syndicate match that it's not easily the weakest match on the card. I want to see them having like the match that we know they can have.
I agree.
And so. Yeah.
The thing is, I don't know if y'all remember, their first couple squashes on TV were amazing. Where they were just beating the dog shit out of like losers in like 10-minute matches. They were killing people fucking like Top Flight and shit like that. Like that was incredible. And then they just never brought that Road Warriors energy to pay-per-view because you just gave them like lame opponents and had them working like 11-minute matches. So they got to go back to what was making them really fun to watch as wrestlers, and I hope the shit gets turned around in that respect. Rob, did you have any opinion on the Sons of Texas versus Hurt Syndicate? Did you watch this match, or were you more locked in on Tony D?
I didn't know. I liked the Hurt Syndicate versus the Sons of Texas. You know, because what it felt like was it was obviously a story driven match, but I like that they didn't completely make 50, 60-year-old Dustin feel equal to fucking obviously Bobby Lashley and them are like 49, 48, 50 years old. But I like that they didn't make 60-year-old Dustin feel like not really in the best shape of his life, not really the buffest 60-year-old in the fucking world. Dustin Rhodes feel equal to fucking built like fucking Super Saiyans, Bobby Lashley, fucking Shelton Benjamin, and shit like that. So I did enjoy that match. Coming out of it though, I what I really enjoyed was MJF's dynamic with the group, and I kind of
I like that storyline.
I kind of want to see where that goes. I want to see where that goes, bro, because I'm interested to see the next direction. Because what does MJF do?
Yeah, it's hard to predict at this point, so we'll see. Did you have anything to say on this one, Marcus?
Yeah, it was fun for what it was. I mean, we all knew it was going to be the weakest match on the card by a country mile. None of the pay-per-view matches was like more than 12 minutes. So, we got what we thought we were going to get. Not much. No harm, no foul. MJF stuff is pretty much the stuff at the forefront. The tag titles are kind of just there. Which is kind of funny because the actual tag division itself, outside of the picture, has been really fucking fun. It's been really good.
I'm telling
you.
Can
we bring some of those teams in? Like, you know,
Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight. That's the move.
SB, come on home. We're waiting for you, Kevin.
Roddy and Kyle would be a great match as well, I think.
I'd like to see that.
I will say they somehow got a good match out of the Grizzly Young Veterans on Collision.
There you go. Folks, our next match was Okada and Mike Bailey, and I'm somebody that hasn't loved a lot of Okada's AEW work, but I knew this was going to be his best match since World's End, and it was. Mike Bailey is a demon. He is a demon, and he was like the best version of himself that he could possibly be last night. His kicks were extra kicky. His strikes were extra striky. Everything made a nice noise. He was just going. He was on fire. And Okada was like, oh shit, hold on. We're wrestling tonight? And he said, okay. And then he started lariating this dude, and the pacing was beautiful, and it escalated, and there were some great strike exchanges. I was so into this. And the best part about it is it didn't jack itself off. Like, the match got to a point and it just ended. It wasn't like, all right, we're gonna just bait for like a high star rating, like, you know, some other people tend to do sometimes. But 16 minutes, all killer, no filler, great action. Mike Bailey is like an Energizer bunny You literally just, it's like a shot of crack on these pay-per-views. He's been an incredible signing. And I tweeted this. I should have known he was going to be amazing in AEW, considering he had some incredible matches on the indies with some of the worst wrestlers you'll ever see in your life. Like, just like he'll work with like Rob and have like a 4-star match. And you're like, damn, who's the other guy? You're like, don't worry about it, bro. It's just Mike Bailey. But that's what he does. And he did it here with Okada. Top world class. Great as I expected. This was excellent. Top 5 match of the show. I love this. Rob, did you love this match?
Bro, this was fantastic. Listen, I say it all the time, bro. For the people who pretend like they watch New Japan Pro Wrestling and pretend like they watched Okada for years on Road 2 shows, actually try against Toru Yano and others. This is they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, bro. Like when it comes to watching Kazuchika Okada, when Okada has a match that he's genuinely interested in against somebody that he's genuinely interested in facing, you get results like you get last night. Sure, it's not he's supposed to be one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He's supposed to perform. I don't care. Okada is still good and he's great. And he's gonna continue to be great. So,
absolutely, Anna. What did you think?
I mean, it's great to see that Okada still has it on in him, you know, like because I see a lot of people doubting, and there are moments that I'm like, come on, man, like let the fuck in. But like Rob said, when he's fighting someone that he wants to fight, like he just goes for it and he just does it, and he just reminds people why he's talked about in the way that he's talked about. And Mike Bailey, man, like what can we even say about him? Incredible signing. He's the guy that you can just put in the mid card. You can just put him against anyone and he's gonna deliver just like a very like high, fun, exciting match to watch. There was this one tweet that said that Mike Bailey, he wrestles like he's afraid he's gonna get deported if he doesn't get a 3.5 or above. But I mean, you know, whatever like a motivation he needs. But like Mike Bailey is phenomenal, and it's great to see like Okada showing people that like if I want to have a great match, I can still do it. Especially before, like as we go to All In with the whole thing that Kenny and Okada maybe are gonna meet again. People are like, oh, but can they do the same thing again? Like can Okada or like Kenny almost died? Can they still do it? They will do it. They'll do the thing. Like, come on.
Absolutely.
Great match. Top 5.
Marcus, did you think these guys did the dance?
Real music, part 3.
Absolutely.
Nah, bro, this man Okada, bro. I don't want to hear none of you monkey ass niggas talking about he ain't got it no more. Oh, he's stealing checks from Tony Khan. Nigga, fuck y'all. It come with big rainmakers, bro. Big Kazu still got it. That man got the laser show entrance out there. He put them working boots on, had them bitches tight as a bit. He went out there and did his thing. He was sniping Speedball out the fucking sky with those drop kicks. He was slapping the shit out of him. That neck breaker he does on his knee, it was as snappy as ever. And bro, my nigga Speedball, bro. He's like the microwave Vinny Johnson. He's Lou Williams. He's Jamal Crawford. He's Peyton Pritchard. He's Nas Reed. Get him off the bench. You drop him about 25 on you on a given night. 18 points a game. All-star off the bench. 6-man of the year. All that shit, bro. Give him whatever he wants to do. He's going to go out there and kill it. And those kicks he was throwing, bro, Okada was so locked in. He was feeding them shit straight with like face first. Like he was just leaning into them shits. Like, yeah, I got it. I can eat those. Boom. Out on his damn feet. Boom. Out on the damn floor. Knees to the gut. Gets out of a damn Ultima weapon. Like, oh shit, Kazu here. Nigga, we was going crazy. We was out there. They was throwing that pill. What you mean?
That pill?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. Exactly, Big Pricey. Shout out to you.
I thought it was awesome.
Like this is the kind of match. Yeah, this is the kind of match that if this exact match would happen in a WWE pay-per-view, that would be like one of the best matches that they had the whole year. And then they put like this match in this pay-per-view. Like if this was a TV match, one of the best TV matches of AEW, like in all year of all time. But then they put in a pay-per-view that just happens to have like fucking phenomenal matches, like another level matches. And they're just like, yeah, this is great. This was an incredible match. It's still just top 5. Like that's insane.
It's like the 5th best match on the show. It's insane. That it goes to show you how consistent this show was. I will say the next match I didn't particularly care for. I thought it was actually pretty boring. Timeless Tony defeated Mina Shirakawa. Tony had been on a really nice streak of awesome pay-per-view matches, and I thought it ended here personally. But unlike the early Timeless Toni pay-per-view matches, this had the crowd on their side. They love Toni now. She's a made girl. It doesn't matter what she does in the match. It doesn't matter if the match like actively sucks, which just didn't suck, but it doesn't matter if it's like okay or great. They just love her now. So they're gonna be into it. They loved all the lesbian farming. They loved the action, the back and forth. So Mina Shirakawa is gonna succeed in AEW because she's very charismatic. You know, as Dave Meltzer likes to say, the live show charisma. And Toni Storm has that in abundance, and she's also just really, really talented. So the ladies did their thing. I was kind of bored by this, to be honest with you, and I wasn't taken by the action. But Toni gets the win, and it was worth noting that both her and Mercedes were unbelievably over on this show. So I think it's a good sign for their match at Dallas. Did you like this, Anna?
I think it was a good match. I mean, I was expecting a bit more. I feel like, and I also feel like the place that it had on the card was right after like this very energetic match, this like crazy performance by Speedball, and then you have Toni, which she's actively wrestling like a lot better than she was before when she first started with the gimmick, but she still takes her time and she still needs opponents that like take it out of her. I feel like sometimes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was gonna be better. I was like tiny bit disappointed, but it wasn't a bad match by any means. It's just knowing what they both can do with the matches that Mina had, like with Saya Kamitani, like things like that, and the matches that we've seen Toni had, we know that they could have done better, and I feel like that's the only thing that got me a bit like, well, okay. But it was fine, you know? It was not bad, it was not excellent, it was good.
What did you think, Rob?
I thought it was cool. Yeah, both women did their thing.
Marcus.
Both women worked hard and Mina worked the leg a lot. It was cool. And I thought it was going to be just a filler match for Toni to have before Texas. I like Mina. She can be a little hit and miss for me at times. I do like her technical work sometimes when she works the leg. It don't even like she be doing actual holds, but she's cool enough to kind of get away with it at times. So it was just whatever. 21, as expected. See you in Texas, Mercedes Toni.
Absolutely. Folks, the next match was something that you needed to see to believe, because, folks, it's time to talk about Anarchy in the Arena. Kenny Omega, Sora Strickland, Willow Nightingale, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Katsuyori Shibata. They defeated John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Marina Shafir, Wheeler Yuta, and the Young Bucks. And these guys all made their entrances, and I kept wondering whose song is going to play on repeat. Whose theme is it going to be? And the answer was nobody's theme, because the Bucks came out. This is weird fucking revolutionary music, you know. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And it's like, dum, 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 and I'm like, what is this?
Niggas playing yakety saxy shit.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? And like, they're fighting with this playing, and I'm like, no way. And so Kenny's like, nigga, yo, where's the DJ, man? Change this shit, man. And then all you hear is, because Tony Khan paid for this song, he said, God damn it, I'm gonna play it again. So you start hearing the Pointer Sisters, and it's just like, I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. And I'm like, all right, this is cute, okay, like, all right, you know, I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. I'm like, all right, I guess, you know, I'm like, you know, you're like at a party, you're kind of like, you're trying to catch the vibe, and you're like, all right, you know. And then Kenny's like, no, let's take this back to the 2000s. And then Bodies by Drowning Pool plays, folks. A song that is forever embedded in the brains of wrestling fans because it was the theme of WWF SummerSlam 2001. It was the theme of ECW One Night Stand 2005, ECW One Night Stand 2006. It was the first theme of ECW on Sci-Fi. It's an iconic song. It's synonymous with just hardcore wrestling and extremeness and blood and chaos and anarchy. And it's so 2000s, you know. Every kid from this time were fucking they're with their friends going, 1, nothing wrong with me. 2, nothing wrong with me. 3, nothing wrong with me. You know, the whole deal. So that plays. Dudes are doing moonsaults off balconies. Kenny Omega does like a swanton, he does a moonsault. Wheeler Yuta was thrown off of it by fucking Will Hobbs. So the bodies are hitting the floor. Everybody's going crazy. Everybody's brawling all over the place. Willow Nightingale is beating Marina Shafir's ass. Sabata's like, let me do something. He puts barbed wire on his leg and PKs Wheeler Yuta, which is hysterical. We had all kinds of cool bumps. The Young Bucks did a swanton off the stage to a table. Swerve was on top of a forklift and does like a swerve stomp off of the forklift. We go to the ring and there's all kinds of back and forth action. Some of the best sequences in the entire match. Willow Nightingale was spearing everybody. She was spine busting everybody, which was awesome to see. Her and Will Hobbs were in the middle of the ring, and they had big Black and Jack fucking t-shirts, and they were celebrating and stuff. That was
Yes.
awesome. Nightingale is beating up dudes. We had John Moxley giving her a cutter and walking off like he was all tough and shit. Samoa Joe was kicking ass in this match. He threw out some muscle busters and punches. And this is all off the top of my head. There was so much in this goddamn match. Kenny Omega at some point goes trigger happy, and he's just like, Snapdragon, 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 Snapdragon. And I'm like, oh my God, right? And there's a point where he and Swerve are next to each other. They're aura farming, they're posing and shit. They do their poses, and then bang, and you got a fucking V trigger, and then the house call on the Bucks. So some great combination offense. At one point, one of the Bucks goes to the stage with Kenny. Kenny does a one-winged angel off the stage into an exploding table. And I was like, FM dub, FM dub, FM dub. And then, Jesus Christ, I forgot to mention, Gabe Kidd comes in. He has a fucking briefcase because Kenny was getting put into the bulldog choke and shit. And I think it's fair to say, folks, when Gabe came out, everyone's like, all right, Eddie Kingston's showing up. Gabe Kidd, he couldn't go 20 seconds in this match without going, I'm a madman, you know. I'm a madman, you know.
I was about to say, when he did his power driver yesterday, he goes, I'm a fucking madman, right before he did his fucking power driver. It was so fire. It was so fire. It's so gas.
It's like he just spamming his emoji.
I'm a fucking madman.
Gabe is so amazing, bro. I will not listen to anyone that says otherwise.
So, and so he does that. And the guy to offset him is Mark Briscoe, who was already put in the ambulance earlier. He fucking does a swanton off the stage. He takes care of him. A bunch of dudes get shoved into ambulances. Swerve has this spiky fucking boot. He does a house call. He gets the win, and the good guys win.
No, you missed it. You missed it. No, you missed it. They got put in the ambulance after he was about to choke out Kenny with the fucking bulldog choke.
I'll never forget that because when Kenny was in a bulldog choke, AO was about to lose his mind.
I was like, yo,
no way, bro, no fucking way.
Yeah, I was like, that would just be insane. So they did do that.
No way, the bulldog choke has become a literal meme now.
Yes,
I wasn't. That was a real creative spot. Like they had people legitimately pissed off on that one.
Yep. So the babyfaces win, and all I could think was this was so fun. This was great for all the reasons I said it was going to be great on the preview shows. And AEW's collection of babyfaces right now is the best that they've ever had. Willow Nightingale, Samoa Joe, Will Hobbs, Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland. This is a dream team. This is a fucking dream team. It was so joyous. It was so fun. It was hilarious. I forgot about the staple gun spots where they start stapling each other and shit. It's click, 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 and they're just going back and forth with this shit. And Will Hobbs is no-selling it, and he no-sold the chair shot to the back because he's awesome. And just a ton of fun.
Where you get Snapdragoned?
All of this was just beautiful.
Yeah.
All of this is beautiful. What did you think of Anarchy in the Arena? And I thought it was the best one since the first one. What did you think?
I think it was the best one ever. Generally, like the first one, he had like the shock value of like, oh, it's the first one ever. We never seen this before, But I generally think that it was the best that they ever did with the stipulation. It was just chaotic. It was messy. It was fun. When Mark Briscoe shows up from the fucking stage to jumps on people, yes. The ambulance just open. It's insane. That man was just sitting backstage with his blood just drying for 2 hours just to do that spot. Like he's insane, Everything from beginning to end. Because also when the song, let the bodies hit the floor. That shit was so gas. It was so gas. And I was thinking, how are they gonna stop playing the song? And then it's just Claudio swinging. It was a swerve, I think, or into the.
Yeah, it was swerve. Yeah, it was swerve.
It was swerve, yeah, into the speaker, and then Swerve comes back in a forklift, and Marina, who staples Mike Jackson Bukusi? I don't know. It's crazy.
You just drive by and staple gun him.
It was crazy. The whole thing was insane, and I do have to say, I love the way that they included the women, because it's always a fear when they do these matches that have women in the middle with a bunch of the men, that you're oh, it's just the women, they're gonna hit the men, but then the men are not gonna do any moves on the women, and
they just went for
that's what we're used to. Yeah, and that's what we were used to, and yeah, that's what I love, because for me that doesn't show like, oh my god, but this is promoting violence in women. No, it shows that the women are badasses. They're on the same level. They can be there. They
Yeah.
can take the moves. They can do the moves. And like Marina, when she took the Snapdragon, for me was like one of the most badasses she'd ever looked. Like
Yeah.
Willow taking the cutter.
She was
like,
calling
I
Kenny a
loved
pussy.
it. Yes, I love that spot so much. Like, I love when they include the women in that sense. Like, you show them like they are on the same level.
Mhm.
They're as much of like a great wrestlers as all of these men are, so they can take the moves, they can hit them with the moves. Like Willow going crazy with the pounces was insane, you know. I feel like from
Mhm.
beginning to end, it was just insanity. It was great, and I love that it turned out to be like one of my favorites AEW matches I've seen like in a very long time. It was
Mhm.
just a chaotic, crazy match that I do want to watch it again just to see what I missed, because there's always so much going on in Anarchy in the arena that I feel like you always miss small details.
Yes.
And then
yes.
when you watch it again, you're like, that's crazy. Everyone who was there did their part. They delivered. They should all be very proud of themselves. Incredible match. Like 5 stars for me, fully.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. What did you think, Rob? Did you like this Anarchy in the Arena match?
You know, this was the best match that like of this stipulation they've ever done. Like you said, like all the spots, the insanity of it all, the staple gun spots, the the one winging an angel off the fucking stage, the interactions in the ring. I like the past 2 years were like they were fun with like the flamethrower spot with Jack Perry and Darby and shit like that, like right. But like this year, it was like it felt like a movie, but in a good way. It felt like a movie in a sense to where if AEW was to do a movie, this would be the movie. Like this would be what they would do basically. Just like 30 to 40 minutes of just like the craziest shit you've ever seen. So like
Absolutely.
it was awesome. It was awesome.
What a good time. Marcus, what did you make of this one?
Real music. Part 4.
You've been saying that a lot on this show. Sounds like this show had a lot of real music.
Yeah, man, they keep playing all the real hits. I'm gonna keep saying it, bro. But this was the biggest
Absolutely.
music of all until the main event, of course. But
Mhm.
the best way to describe this match in one word was just absurd. It was fucking
Yes.
absurd
Yes.
in all the greatest ways possible. Like Matt and Nick coming out in fucking like Yankee Doodle ass outfits, talking about some
Bro.
revolution. Oh, that had me
Them hitting the gritty.
Oh my god, when they were doing the gritty. Yeah, that
They
was
was hitting the balls too, bro. Shout out Matt Nick.
that shit was crazy.
Yeah,
That shit was
everyone's
crazy.
looking confused as hell in the ring. Like, what the fuck's going on? Starts out great, and then KO Megan's like, "Yo, DJ, spin that shit!" Get the bodies. Nigga,
That was
like
awesome.
2000s kick Tony's been on with like the Zach Gowen match with Ricochet,
Yes.
licensing this, and then licensing Bullet with No Name for the Hangman MJF video for Revolution.
Yeah.
Yo, keep it going. Give me break stuff next about fucking Limp Bizkit.
Just
go.
one of those days when you don't want to wake up. Everything is fuck.
It
Everybody
sucks.
sucks. Don't really know why, but you want to justify.
Yeah, bro, I need that shit in my veins. Everyone went crazy. I very remember watching the match on stream, and like no one knew where the hell Samoa Joe was, and Joe Hope was like crashing out. I was like, "Where the fuck is Joe? Where the fuck is Joe?"
Oh my god.
He doesn't come out the fucking Sweet Tooth bus for that show
Right.
he be on and shit. They just stuck up on them in the crowd, and they did their thing. They all paired off. Also, shout out to AEW for actually doing the fucking split screen thing for the people watching at home. Like that was really good. It really helped keep everybody immersed in the chaos. And as much as I shell Maria Shafir, rightfully so for her wrestling, I'm just gonna be honest. She did a good job here. She had a great blade job. Her and Willow killed each other when they were paired off. They did their thing when they mixed in with the men. Like Willow was a fucking superhero amongst a team of superheroes. Like spearing everybody, hitting pounces. Marina fucking was calling Kenny a pussy, told him to fucking do it. Do it if you were a real nigga, and he's fucking snapdragons the shit out of her. She stapled Swerve's tongue. What the hell?
It was insane.
You chained up to the damn post, and the crowds are screaming, "Please help Willow!" Like, yo.
Now I can't stop thinking about watching an Anarchy match with break stuff playing in the background. Now I'm thinking of if next year Eddie Kingston finally gets to pay off the fire spot, and he just you're like, doo-doo, I feel like shit. My suggestion is to keep your distance, because right now I'm dangerous. Because we've all felt like shit, been treated like shit. all these motherfuckers, and he just fucking starts lighting niggas on fire and shit.
That'd be hard, bro. I need that.
Hope you know
Tony,
I
if you're
pack a
listening,
chainsaw. I skin your ass raw.
Tony, please do it. If you're listening to
what
this
a
pod,
what a
which
moment
I
in
know
time.
you are.
That band, that's the funniest band of all time.
Jacksonville's greatest export before Leonard Skinner, of course. Anyway, great match.
King
It
of the
was,
North
just,
said-
it was chaos. Was it?
Right. No, go ahead.
Yeah, it was chaos thrown the greatest ways possible. Mark Briscoe being the deciding factor was actually like a crazy twist because I was about to crash the fuck out when everyone's just putting it in Kane's back and the damn bulldog choke out. I'm like, no, please don't end like this, please, no.
Yeah.
Why would you do this on this great night?
King
And
of
all
the
of a sudden, I was about to just absolutely lose my mind. And great job with them because that was a very creative way for attention. And then Mark Briscoe just hops up out the damn ambulance, dives on everybody. They put all the Death Riders in, except the Bucks. It's Kenny and Swerve. Or Farman to the fucking backs. V-trigger, house call combination. Swerve hits them with the fucking thumbtack answer ones he got coming out. Great product placement. I know what you're doing, Swerve. I know what you are. Great match. Loved it. Kenny almost died when they did that that springboard powerbomb thing they like to do, the Bucks. He did it to an outside door table. I thought Kenny died. And Hook got involved. But that's never here nor there.
Awesome stuff. King of the North said, "Why is he moaning?" That's exactly how Fred Durst delivers that line. He literally goes, "I feel like shit. My suggestion is to keep your distance." That's exactly how he says it. But
bar for bar.
Yes, we all loved this match, and I'm sure. Oh fuck! I forgot about the tag. Okay, so the trios match, Callis family, Takeshita, Kyle, and Alexander. They defeat Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roddy. I have nothing to say about this, but I thought it was good. I thought this is what I needed the other undercard tags to be on this show. It was just 12 minutes, good action, good work from guys who were really, really good. This is like a TV main event, like a Collision main event on a pay-per-view. And credit to these guys, they didn't go out there and completely bomb. I thought this was a totally solid wrestling match to reset things before the main event. Does anybody have anything to say about this?
Fun match. They hit each other hard. They understood their role in the show. Cool. Post-match, however, President Tana pulled up.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Tanahashi and Ishii came out with Brody King, and I was laughing hysterically because they were just like waddling out the ring. Like Ishii and Tana were waddling out, and they power walked and they refused to jog. And Tanahashi does like the slowest sling blade you'll ever see in your life.
Oh,
and it was amazing. It was just beautiful. And
I forgot. There's one thing I forgot to mention from the Anarchy match. Y'all hear Tony Schiavone's call when Hobbs got hit with the stable?
No, I don't remember.
You say he's been shot before. He can take it.
That's crazy.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, he did say that.
What did you think of this Paragon tag, Rob?
Oh, it's cool. Paragon went out there and did their thing. They it's very, very interesting the spot they put them in, but hey, they went out there and did their thing. So,
did you have anything to say on this one, Anna?
I love Roddy and Kyle. I love Don Callis' family. Solid, like they were put in the worst possible position, and it was a solid match. Yeah.
Absolutely. A match that I think we all thought was more than solid was the main event. Will Ospreay, Hangman Page. We already kind of touched on how we felt about the result, which is Hangman winning. We believe in Hangman. We think he can do it. We think he can finish his story in Dallas. But the match itself was incredible. The way they started this, I'm like, okay, this is going to go long. But like when it's Will Ospreay and Hangman Page, you trust that it's not going to be boring or bad. You're like, okay, tell your story, do what you got to do, and that they did. This is a slow burn. This escalated naturally. The pace was beautiful, and the counter started getting more and more like just rapid and dramatic and electrifying. And my God, the heart-stopping near falls from this one. Midway, Will Ospreay starts working heel. And that's when those of you in self-made will know I said, I think Hangman's winning. Because it was very out of nowhere. Like Ospreay just out of nowhere was like, I'm the bad guy. And I was like, nah, Hangman's winning this match. And he did. They did a shootout at the desert. We got the Mexican standoff. and the Cowboys were staring across from each other, and Will Ospreay goes for his hidden blade. Hangman goes for the buckshot. The buckshot's the one that lands. It doesn't end the match. He gets him with another one later in a couple minutes, and that beats Will, which was like, oh my God, what? I legitimately was super shocked. My jaw dropped. We already touched on this, but I do want to say that the match itself was phenomenal. I thought this was one of the best matches of the entire year, and an incredible way to close this phenomenal show. This was the best AEW pay-per-view main event in ages, because the last couple main events we've had were Death Rider matches with a bunch of rev bumps and interferences and garbage. This was not that. This stood in contrast to that. This was two incredible wrestlers in the middle of their prime going out there to see who was going to be the best. It was a shootout in the desert, as Ospreay advertised. And on this night, Hangman Page is a better man. Rob, what did you think of this main event as a match?
This match was great. I think this might be, unless like I have to see the All In main event first, but this might be like a match of the year, definitely a match of the year candidate. But coming into the year, if the people have this as their like match of the year at the end of the year, I wouldn't be mad. This was great. This was everything that you expect from a main event match between these two men. Will Ospreay, bro. To me, he's been really the best wrestler in the world for like since 2022. I don't see anybody in on the planet that you can sit here and be like, that's a better wrestler than Will Ospreay. He's just he's the man, bro. He's the man. Hangman Page, finally Hangman Page gets a W in something that matters. It's been a long fight. It's been a long fight, but we finally got it done. So
Absolutely. Marcus, what did you make of this main event?
Real fucking mercy. Part 5.
Absolutely.
I gotta give a shout out to AEW first and foremost for how they built this match up. One, they did such a great job of making this feel like it was the fight of the century. This felt like Goku versus Vegeta. This felt like Naruto versus Sasuke Valley of the End. This felt like every single like fight we've ever watched growing up as children. Like they had these great in-character promo segments, a really nice preview tag. They had fucking these video packages that were absolutely beautiful, detailing Hangman's journey to get here. Hangman saying, "Bro, I've been through hell for the last 2 years. I need this more than anything you could possibly imagine. Like, bro, I need my son to think I am the dad that he needs me to be. I need to be the guy AW needs me to be. I need to be Hangman again. I need to find myself again. I need this championship opportunity again." They're interviewing the fans, asking what their thoughts on the match was. So it kept us engaged. It kept like the world was watching this shit. And then the way they shot it, it was just absolutely fucking gorgeous. Continuing with single shots, shots at the outside. The lighting was really cool. I thought it was dope. And then the way that the match built up. They were doing their thing. They were doing their moves. But they did it in a way that everything felt like the next logical step and not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Like Ospreay hitting, like counting the buckshot with the hook kick, having him dazed and then hitting the what is it? Moose? It wasn't the moonsault, was it? Yeah, it was whatever it was. And then hitting him out. The chair spot, the table spot where the damn table broke. I thought they were dead for a minute. I can't lie. Like I thought Heyman was dead. I was like, please no. After all we've been through, can we not have a shoot injury? Like put him out, please. And then we get to it. We get the Mexican standoff. We get Final Flash versus Kamehameha. Rasengan versus Chidori. Heyman got to his gun first. And that was the moment where I was like, yo, is he gonna win? Yo, is he really gonna do this? I saw Ospreay like flipping a switch and working heel, of course. And then they got to the sequence where like they hit their biggest moves against each other. Ospreay's a fucking V trigger. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Please, no. This one for the one wing angel. Fuck you, you British bastard. Fuck you. I was about to crash. And then Heyman gets out of it. He hits him with the fucking big pressure. He hit the big pressure. I was like, shit.
That was crazy.
Shit.
So fire.
Oh, and Brian Alvarez, you going to hell, by the way. That that is not no fucking made in Japan, dumbass. It's big pressure, JML driver, get it right. Watch wrestling. Anyway, get there, hits a buckshot, tries to get him up for the Stormbreaker, gets out of it, counters the hidden blade, lariat, boom. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? Buckshot lariat. 1. Okay. He might kick out. 2. Okay, he's definitely kicking out. 3. What the fuck? Yes! Let's fucking go! We did it! We fucking did it! It's been a long fight. It's been 2 years. They said we couldn't get it done. They said we won't get to our gun first. They said he wasn't gonna blow. People said Heyman was gonna cry. Heyman said he was gonna fold. He was gonna choke. He ain't a Game 7 player. Nigga, fuck you. He is a Game 7 player. He is the player. We going all in Texas. We taking that belt back. We getting out that bitch ass briefcase. Fuck you, John Moxley. It come with buckshots. It come with dead eyes. We hitting JMLs. Hell, we even hitting the Angels wings, and we're gonna hit that. We gonna hit that BME in Texas. I guarantee you. We gonna hit that BME like you tried. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. We shall overcome. We gonna get it done. I believe. Bring your foals. Bring your ponies for the little ones. Bring your Mustangs. Bring your stallions. Bring your thoroughbreds. Bring American Pharaoh. Bring the Ghost of Secretariat. Bring all the great horses of all time out to Texas. If you're going to the show, bring your saddles. Let's roll.
Hell yeah.
What did you think, Anna?
What can I even say after this? This is this is one of those matches that just reminds you why you love wrestling, you know, and why I can never walk away from this sport. People throw around this word a lot, but this was like the definition of cinema. Just absolute cinema. Everything that they did, every move, every single second was so perfectly worked. Even the table breaking, like even the botch or whatever you can call it, even that just added another layer. You know, I don't know what to say. Like I feel like there have been so many Will Ospreay matches that I feel like I watched and I felt like my life changed. And I'm like, this is the best match I've ever seen in my life. I had just that feeling watching it live. So many Ospreay matches, the Bryan match, Swerve match. Like I feel like he always manages to deliver that. And this was a match that like they managed to keep Ospreay and Hangman away. This was a personal dream match for me. And like the way, like Marcus said, the way that they built it, it felt like it was the most important match that AEW had ever put out. Everything, like it feels like the tournament felt important. Like the other years, yeah, it was fine. Yeah, title shot, whatever. This felt like it was the fight of a lifetime. Like the ascension to the redemption. This had weight to it. This was so much more than just like a title shot or a title opportunity. And we felt it at every second. They were fighting for their lives out there. It wasn't just like, oh, I want to try to... Yeah, they were giving everything they had.
They man took a fucking Styles Clash to the floor.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, there was no way in hell this match was going to be bad. This ceiling was incredibly high. Like, they had a ceiling already for, you know, like, be one of the best matches of the year. I feel like they still managed somehow to go above it. And for me, it's one of the best matches I feel like I ever seen. It is definitely in the top, like, 50, although I won't be crazy, you know, I need to rewatch it. But it's like watching live, the feeling that I got from this match, the last time I remember feeling like that was Bryan versus Ospreay. Yep. Like that was the last time I remember feeling like I'm just seeing history. I'm just seeing like an instant classic right in front of me, like right now. This is important. This is magic. What the things that they're doing there? These two are the best in the world. They are on another level. There is no comparing. No comparing. Sometimes tribalism makes sense. Like there's no comparison. Like
we're not watching other wrestling. We ain't enjoying all wrestling. This is the shit that we get over here. This is perfection. This is the standard. Perfection. Ask your companies that you watch to live up to that standard.
This is a perfect wrestling match. I feel like there are very few matches that you can just pull up and you say like, okay, this match here, beginning to end, perfection. Because a perfect match doesn't mean that there's no botches, there's no this, there's no that. It's that it involves just so much emotionally. Everything that they're doing in the ring has a reason. Everything that they're doing has something behind it. When they hit like the V trigger, the big pressure, like the layers that they have in this match is just beyond. It's such a smart match at the same time that it's like the most physical and emotional match you've seen, you know? Perfect. I really don't have any other words for it besides it was, I believe, like a perfect match. and I'm
Just
just
think
so
about-
happy at that point. Like, yeah, sorry. I was up for over 24 hours. I worked 10 hours on my feet, and they woke me up, and I was rooting and I was screaming when Hangman won. I felt my soul leave my body. You know,
It was
it's just
so
like so
cathartic.
special. It's so cathartic. It's definitely one of those. Yeah, it is a match that reminds me why I'm a wrestling fan, why I love this sport so much, and why I'm so attached to it. Because there's so many months, so many moments that you see it's not the best, like fucking Death Riders, and then you see the videos like, what even is going on? And then you see a match like this, and you're like, this is wrestling. This is the reason why I love this so much.
It's like, think about where
It's
we were
perfect.
a year ago, where Hangman, in All Out, when he finally beat the Demon of Swerve, and he beat him in that cage match. You think, okay, it's all behind him. Goes out to the ring looking for more. Women screaming in fucking terror, and he realizes it's a fucking movie villain. He's like, all right, fuck it, I'm evil now. I'm a changed man. And then fast forward to last night, he wins the match. He's at the top of the ramp. He's got the Owen belt. He's got the trophy. Walks down to the ring. People, you're on pins and needles thinking, okay, what's gonna happen here? He just shook Ospreay's hand and said, "Good shit. You were one of the best in the world. I may have been the better man tonight, but we did the fucking dance." And then that was it. Bro, we've been
That's
through
wrestling.
hell. We've been through heartache, and everyone's talking about, well, the real story with Hangman is that he has to fail. He has to overcome these. Nah, fuck that. He's one of
He
the
has
best
to
in the
win.
world. We don't know. You know what we're gonna do? No, it ain't dealing with failure no more. You know why? He's not gonna fucking fail.
Mm-mm. No, this was like, there's so many matches in wrestling. There's so many things that people who are not wrestling fans, they see and like, why do you like wrestling? And there are matches that even you watch as a wrestling fan and you're like, why do I like this? Like, what is this?
Jared and Jeff Hardy.
You know, what am I watching? You know, like, this is so goofy. This is a match that I feel like I can be proud that if I show it someone, if I say I'm a wrestling fan and I show this match, they would get it. Even if they don't become fans immediately, they would understand. Like, real fucking music. Like you said, Marcus, real fucking music. I
One way to
have
describe
no more compliments that I can give this match. Like, Will Ospreay, Hangman Adam Page, like, all the flowers.
Jeff.
Hello? I thought I was talking. And I was like, "Am I muted?" You guys
were.
you guys did a really good job with that, and I echo every single one of those sentiments. The match is unbelievable, and it's why we get into this business. So, there's not really much you could add to that. So with that, let's go right into the super chats, to which we have like 1 million of them, and let's do our best with these because I have to go eat dinner.
Okay.
Go
I'll read
for it.
first and you go, Marcus.
Yeah.
Pablo 92, 2,500 CLP. I love Darby, but Hangman is the main character of AEW. We need him to be the champion. Darby Allin. Go climb another mountain.
Back to that mountain. Go. I heard K2 got mountain climbers.
Thank you, brother. Go ahead, Marcus.
Rockerito, 49 Mexican pesos. Any scoops on the possible card for Grand Slam?
Brother, I've been telling the self-maders that's under wraps, and I think they haven't even fully put it together. So I'm not totally sure. I know Max wants to work the show, but I'm not totally sure what they end up doing yet. I don't think they 100% have it nailed down all the way yet at this point. So there you go.
Dylan Riley, 499. How would y'all consolidate AEW titles? Merge the Ring of Honor, add titles, remove titles. Same question with Ring of Honor as a whole.
That's tough. Ring of Honor doesn't. I don't. That's a tough one, dude. That's just a really, really tough one.
I'll say what I've said all the time. I would just make Ring of Honor their NXT and rebuild it with football players and basketball players and shit. Freak athletes.
Man, niggas get cut from the Jags. Go in Ring of Honor. You know, run the hip toss.
Evil.
Well,
Evil.
he's gone.
Nigga, are you alive?
Huh? What? What happened?
Are you all right, bro?
He's watching Raw.
Just paused.
I'm trying to make my food. What happened now?
Oh, I thought. Well, okay. I was finished talking. I
Yeah, I
thought you
don't.
had something else to say. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
let's just go to the next one.
Zion Burks, 499, screamed and cried when Hangman won. Might book the ticket. Take these buckshot strokes, Ibu. When I saw him wearing
No.
pink, I knew Hangman FC had a shot.
Hell
I will
yeah.
not be taking
Yo,
dark
low key, I
shots.
knew he had a shot. Low key, when Swerve just definitively beat the Bucks in that whole tag match thing, kind of went out the window. I'm like, oh, may not be a need for that at all in.
KO of KO 50 Mexican. Generally can't believe people compare Osprey to Ruka. Just look at everything from execution to selling presentation. It's so obvious Sol is better. Come
Bro,
on.
that's like
Rage
comparing
face.
Prime Lil Wayne to Memphis Bleak. Don't do it.
Insane.
Kale, we're gonna burn you alive.
Yo, Kelby.
We're gonna burn you alive.
Mark Play, 2 pounds. Hangman FC up. Fuck CM Punk. Fuck CM Punk.
He called him a peg woman. I look at you, pussy ass nigga.
Yeah, nigga.
Read this one, Marcus.
All right, Slim Reaper 35, $4.99. Ebu been Mitchell Robinson at the free throw line since Dynasty. I'll tell you what I know about All In. What Hope say? We don't believe you. You need more people. Hashtag fraud box.
I told the self-maders Mercedes was winning like months ago. What is going on here?
So they call
Tom
you a
Cruise
fraud.
$9.99. I was there last night. Watched Osprey FC devastated in the flesh. Off air, Osprey hugged his fan who was on the verge of tears, and then we went through the ground like Jordan 96, except he lost.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Him and FC were so up. Anyway, Seth Rich Rogan, $5. Between All In and AEW Weekend Arena in Mexico, it might be a generational summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
It will be. AEW it has the opportunity to have their best year yet. Corey David, $2. Did Allen re-up or will he quit his job? I don't know what this is.
I'm of the belief that AJ Styles resigned, but it'd be really funny if he didn't.
Need it.
Yeah.
Uncle Allen, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Will Chisholm, $5. Not trying to be funny, but are these women from AAA any good that they have Stephanie Vaquer face? And how quick is she main roster bound?
I don't know about the latter, but they're not that good. But they're the people that they could ethically choose to face Stephanie that Stephanie was cool with working with. So there you go.
Ish 999. Yo, didn't praise Sami Zayn. Hashtag WrestlePurists woke. Sami Zayn.
Constraints.
All right. Marcus.
Denny Quang, $5. If Swerve gives Hangman the nod at All In, I will actually cry. Nigga, I will cry tears of joy. I will cook for the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Khan, $4.99. I've been leaking fake news to find who's been leaking to you, Ibu. Pay back for the Discord controversy. Just be a fan and not an insider, you mark. Crazy.
Let's get do that. All right. Alex H, 2 pounds.
That's just crazy, bro.
Alex H, 2 pounds. No selling Sammy. It comes with Blue Thunder Bomb. Time constraints. It is what it is. Alex H, 2
2 pounds. Yeah. Yeah. 19 likes, 6 streams of income, by the way.
Yo. We can make it 7. We getting greedy here. Anyway. Trust the process, 34, $1.99. I'm giving y'all scoops. Have some shame, nigga. Yo, they on your ass.
Y'all gonna learn to appreciate me someday. Y'all gonna learn to appreciate me someday.
You're pretty gay.
Sure. Phantom FTW to 5 pounds. After an elite pay-per-view like that, the Stanford Sewage Plant wants us to get hype for Cena versus Truth and Yeatman versus Logan, banned from Japan, Paul. Oh,
well,
that was spooky. That was spooky.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Speckles, $1.99. Anyone heard of Nick Jackson's okay after the dive?
I actually didn't. I didn't hear anything, but I don't know. I'll ask. I'd like to think he's okay, but they do keep their injuries secret now, so I'll ask.
Ish 1999. Thank you so much. I needed to give me an in-depth analysis and cost to why Paulo Vasquez washed. What changes can he make as a booker? And also, did you get any reactions from Big Fat about the Over or Nothing?
No, I did not. But Ish asking me a discourse question 3 hours into a podcast is insane. Look, I'll give you this. Hunter, like most bookers, when you're 3 years into their tenure, you know all their tricks, you know all their techniques, and sometimes familiarity breeds contempt, and that kind of has affected people's perception of the television. It also doesn't help that they've been very complacent this year when it comes to their product, and they've been playing in front of their fans' faces with a lot of the things that they're booking. So that's kind of the biggest thing. And what's going to happen this year, if you haven't been monitoring, is Paul Heyman and company are going to do their best to right the ship on Mondays. Because they're the only ones taking initiative when it comes to the creative. Everybody else, when it comes to like The Office, is fat and happy. and that'll eventually bite them in the ass. So that's kind of like the best way I can answer that ish.
Anywho, Will Chisholm $5. Triple H tried to put Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens in the group, and Vince said, "Fuck that, you're gonna lose to Brock and Roman." Crazy work.
Yo, this nigga, Javo in the chat, he said Levesque shit only hit hard when Heyman put his pan to it. That's funny.
Hey man.
Mason 499. From purely a storytelling POV, Hanger winning despite still being shaken about Christopher Daniels' swerve plus refusing Nana apology feels like underwhelming investment payoff.
Aw, we're not failing no more.
No more failing. We're winning now.
We got Summer Blockbuster for all that. We got Firefest for all that. We good.
Yep.
All right, Caden Lee of the dance. Buck99, shout out to you. Loved watching the show of Marcus. Hashtag LNG Gold forever. Wonderful stream last night doing LNG Gold, watching the show. Shout out Caden, shout out Joe Holbert, shout out the gang. Charlie, you left early. You ain't dedicated to this shit.
Will Chisholm $2. Will Athena works at All In? Let's fucking hope so. Let's fucking hope so. I wouldn't be opposed to a Jamie Athena match. Like, that would go hard as fuck. Just have Athena there. That's the only thing.
Yep. No selling that name, $2. Appreciate you. I don't blame Rob. Over #1 must watch in America. Is this Monty?
Hey man.
Scribble Stokes 199. Call me a madman. Cena showing up in AEW 2026. Madman.
Oh.
He has a loyalty to losers, like whatever is that saying.
We're good.
Stay with her.
Only Def 2, $2. It's gonna be Bane versus Mercedes all out. That would be gas.
Fire.
Yeah, I agree.
Riley 199. Can I get a self-made space?
Yo.
Not right now, Riley. I have a lot to do. Thank you for all this.
Go do it, Ebu. Customers calling.
At some point.
Anyway, Carl Nicholas, $9.99. Appreciate you. While I would not want them to do this, as I'm anti too many belts for promotions. However, do you think AEW ever considers having 2 major male-female titles?
Do I think they consider it? Yeah, there's people that want it to happen, but it's up to Tony, and Tony isn't super keen on it at the moment. Even though he's with the TBS. TBS belt is basically a second women's world title, realistically.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. Like the amount of male titles they have as well, like it's not necessary.
Let's go.
And I do think I think it works better when companies are like have the one title, like the one thing that people want to follow after. If it's 2, then it feels like a bit less important. I don't know. Yeah. Because even WWE, they have 2 major titles, but one still feels more important than the other, you know?
Right.
So,
yeah. Right.
Is that all? Okay. Miyagi 109, Knicks in 6, Ibu. You're
we should be up 2-1 right now, realistically, but look, we won yesterday, and if we win again, this is a series. But I won't fall for the fake Nick comeback. I'm just going to believe and hope that we make the right adjustments, and I hope we can fight our way back into this thing. So, best of luck to my team, and best of luck to my mental health.
Yeah, good. Anyway, Modern Revolve, Buck99. Takeshi and Alexander versus the Hurt Syndicate. Fire. Bro.
Fire.
For real, man. I fuck with that.
I'm down
I
with
would say like Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher as well would be so guys. Chattown Spurs, $5. When we get Double or Nothing in Atlanta, and 2K gets the rights to Nook if you buck.
I need that. I need that. Now, fuck, get a Lil Jon song. Anyway, Isaac Godino, $4.99. Appreciate another solid show. Thank you very much. Thanks for staying on this long. Real quick, any chance Dom writes off AJ?
Any chance of it? There's a chance, but I don't expect that at all.
There you have it. Got any more?
Is that it, Rob?
I think that was all. Yeah.
Rob is super locked in on
That is it. Yeah, no, that was it. They got Dragon Lee and them in the ring right now. I'm locked in.
I heard you say Vikingo's name. What's going on with that?
Oh no, he's just sitting in the crowd.
So they got Vikingo in the crowd and Dragon Lee's in the ring. He's facing what, Penta and Gable,
and
right?
Gable.
Yeah,
But
does-
as Gable was as the Americano, whatever.
that's Gable.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't blame you, Rob. Like, nigga, fuck this shit. Um,
The worst Munoz
Nah, you
brother, by
guys-
the way.
you guys all did a good job. This has been a really, really fun podcast. I've appreciated everybody here. And so I'm gonna wrap it up, and I will be back tomorrow for the Raw review, which tonight's show should be a good show. Honestly, the lineup looks good on paper, and I saw Heyman in the ring with Bronson and Braun Breaker and Seth. It looked like it was interesting. But I'll talk about the show with Rob. I'll go back and I'll watch it all and I'll review it as we normally do. But for tonight and for Marcus, Anna, and Rob, I am Ibu. Appreciate all my co-hosts. I appreciate the audience. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video if you have not. Leave a comment if you can, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Follow my new Twitter down there in the comments.